We are back once again with another session of Curse of Strahd.
Yippee!
Ed, could you repeat your opinion on Drow again?
Well, you see, I think they're wonderful people, despite the stereotypes going on around them.
Remember, Ed, Alex sometimes watches these streams.
And he's a Drow.
She.
Who's Alex?
Walked into that one.
Your
DM for the side things. Side games.
the one shots.
Oh!
Yes, that's a
They've
word.
told me that she's told me that she comes in and watches these streams sometimes. So.
Oh, shit! I linked her once! Oh no, I didn't know she lurked! Oh no!
You fool.
Yeah, because she's asked me like, oh, I was watching one of your Strahd sessions, and she asked me about some of the music that was being played in like the last in the Argynvost battle. I think it was they were like, what's that music that was playing like after you guys won the fight? And I'm like, oh, I got you. Hold on. I'm like, wait, they were listening. She was listening to that session. Okay, cool.
I linked it to her, yeah, but I'm like, hey, you're probably gonna be your kind of thing, whatever. It's like, oh shit, they actually listened. Damn, I gotta be good now.
You must be on your best behavior.
Yeah, you can't be out here complimenting the Drow.
Oh.
No, he won't get in trouble as long as he doesn't compliment centaurs.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Specifically centaurs.
That's just an in-joke within that group. But I actually asked about it the other day. It's really funny.
I think centaurs are cool.
I don't know the lore, and I don't want to know the lore. It's funnier if I don't get it.
I think centaurs are cool people for all the reasons they hate them. I don't know what those reasons are, but I'm taking the gamble.
I don't want to know the answer. I feel like that. What the fuck is this, Monica? I hate you. I'm fucking closing these DMs. Jesus fucking Christ. I you keep finding new ways to make me want to walk into traffic.
Yeah, I'm sure he sent you his entire like.
That's not a great thing to say on stream.
Well,
No,
this
it's
stream's
okay.
limited
You've said
now.
worse.
He has said worse.
Yeah.
Hey, now you gotta find.
I mean, there's a reason why I've buried Fresh because it's 6 years old and horrible.
I mean, we all can. I don't think anyone objected to that.
I
Yeah.
think it's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, we can still access it. If, we still have. But
Yeah,
you know,
like you can still look at the playlist. The playlist is just unlisted. It's also
Hey
like,
everybody, it's still the #1 search if you type in Fresh Meat Shadowrun. Go watch it.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
no.
I don't know what other things would be called that specifically, so.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
Everyone should go watch it and understand that everything you see in that series is a direct representation of our character.
and how we,
Everyone there has
and,
remained unchanged for the last 7 years.
and also
Six.
how we we have not changed since then. We still act
We have
like
not
we did
changed
back
at all. We are still the same horrible, like, early college students and late high schoolers.
Any and all political expressions made during that game are true and accurate to people in real life.
Oh, fuck, that's a dangerous one. That was dangerous.
That one's bad.
Anyway,
You can trust me. I'm a moderator on this channel. Everything I say
Anyway.
is true.
anyway,
Oh, no. Anyways.
let's get back on topic. So,
Mhm.
I'm going to do a quick recap of last session, and then I'm also going to do a recap of what you guys did in the tome, just to give everyone a refresh on the tome because it's been a minute since we did.
Yeah,
the
Tome is... I've completely lost the lead on Tome at this stage, admittedly.
So,
You
last
could say you lost the plot of the book.
last we left off, you guys had just stolen the skull of Argynvost, and were making your way through Barovia when you were beset upon by Strahd and his shithounds, and I mean his pack of wolves.
Shithound supremacy, baby. High five.
You had a hard-fought battle getting into Argynvost, but were able to make it inside while Godfrey Gwillem and his entourage held off Strahd with Ezek.
Oh, and
Then-
you faked me out super hard, and I almost, like, killed you in real life.
You then had a hard and enduring battle with Vladimir and the possessed Nikolai. But you guys came through in the end, even with several people going down in the midst of combat. You were able to restore the skull of Argynvost to its rightful place, which allowed the spirit of Argynvost to rise from its remains, turn into a miniature sun, essentially, and beat back any undead that were in the vicinity.
I
Thus,
didn't
now
ask. Does it ever set, or is there just always an orb of light over?
it's just
Lost Soul?
basically a lighthouse that just never turns off.
Gotcha.
So now you have a base, essentially, that you know will be safe for the time being. You found that Ezek had almost died, but was still okay. The rest of Godfrey's entourage passed on, but Godfrey declared that his work was not done yet, and that he will rest once he has assisted you in defeating Strahd once and for all. But in the meantime, until you guys do that final assault against Strahd, he will remain at Argynvost and protect the beacon from any would-be ne'er-do-wells.
Sure, there's plenty of those in this country.
After that, you guys decided to turn in for the day, since you suffered some very horrible injuries. And as you guys went to sleep, you were sucked into the Tome of Strahd once more. And last time we interacted with the Tome of Strahd, we had done the Battle of Argynvostolt, where Monica's character went missing, Showstar. You guys were able to kill Godfrey and Vladimir.
I killed Godfrey and Vladimir.
You then fast forwarded to when Strahd was coronated, and you got to see him swear his oath as Count of Barovia.
Oh yeah, he renamed the country as a part of that, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
He named it after his father, King Barov II.
Yeah. Well, was it also late father because father died? Or
Yes.
not
Then
yet?
afterwards, some more time passed by, and you discovered that King Barov has perished, thus making Strahd now King of Barovia and Zarhinia.
How close are these two countries to each other? Is that something we know?
They border each other.
Yeah, like Zarhinia would be like pretty much like south of Barovia.
Yeah, it's outside this valley. Because they were a country that Delmore was a country that bordered Zarhinia and invaded them during the Civil War crisis.
Yeah, during the Civil War and then the Dusk Elf uprising, just everything went to shit.
Yeah, there was a reason why Strahd was leading war for the last 15 years.
How old is he now?
He is currently in his late 30s.
God damn. Okay.
He started in his late teens and was at war for almost his entire youth, essentially.
Jesus.
So now that war has come to an end, you guys also partook in some peacekeeping, like stopping the now Saint Androl, who was keeping refugees or criminals, depending on your point of view, in his home. You were able to capture him and have him executed for his crimes against the state, along with collecting taxes with Strahd. Before you then, Strahd sent out word that he wanted his mother and his brother to come, and his brothers to come to Ravenloft to see the castle that he has reconstructed using the remains of King Barov's, it's not Barov, excuse me, King Doran's, King Dostrin, excuse me, King Dostrin's
Dostrin, yeah.
Dostrin the
previous
second,
keep.
was it?
Dostrin the Awful.
Dostrin the Third.
That's it.
Dostrin the easily captured.
Dostrin the Fugly.
And thus, now some more time has gone by. The first year that Strahd has ruled over Barovia has come to an end. It is now winter, and Strahd received a letter while you guys were in attendance that his mother had passed away due to the cold. And so now they will be bringing her body to Ravenloft to be taken care of, along with his two brothers, Sturm and Sergei. And now, thus, we fast forward to the next year of spring, where you all have gathered in the courtroom of Ravenloft as you await not only the newcomers to Ravenloft and Barovia, but also welcome another additional newcomer to the court, as a man by the name of Exanther, everyone knows this is Strahd's court mage, is going to be leaving the court here shortly, and has thus decided to bring in a replacement of his. So coming through the doors. Oh, hold on, let me describe this first. Let me describe the room you're in. You guys stand on either side of a high-back wooden throne atop a marble dais. Strahd is beside you, donning a scarlet-red tunic with a glimmering gold clasp and a black cape flowing over his shoulders. A hall extends 30 feet ahead. Various guards and well-adorned nobility form an aisle, and the crowd is abuzz with hushed voices, and the attending crowd is illuminated by a towering stained-glass window in the far corner depicting a cerulean and gold sunrise. The set of double doors on the left at the end of the hallway opens up, and some of the crowd goes quiet as Exanther and a new man, which I will allow Ed to describe what he looks like, walk up the stairs to enter the court.
To politely describe this man, well, rather, I mean, it's not the kind of person you'd expect to see at any kind of formal setting. Their cloak is filthy and mud-covered to hell of politeness at this point, frankly. It looks like they were dragged out of a gutter. Books in hand, an owl on their shoulder, and a small, what looks to be, he looks to be trailed by a torch off wood. Kind of just circling his head. Almost kind of taking in the room, taking in the sights, taking in the people. He's got a backpack on, covered in all kinds of junk, buckets, shovels, stray parchment. A walking library, a dirty walking library, has entered the courts. Back to you, Mist.
And as this raggedy man enters, many people in the crowd begin to whisper among themselves as he walks down the aisle towards the throne. I
whispered to Asof's character, are we just taking people off the street now?
Oh, some of the savages here, we have been taking them from worse. I say nothing over to Ed's old character.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking Stone Step is right there. I was called him Stone Toss. But yeah, Stone Step's right fucking there. Yeah.
And eventually, as you approach, Rahadin holds his hands up and holds one of his hands up. Your character watches as Exanther then takes a knee and then looks up at you to follow suit.
I will do so. Clearly struggling a bit on bad joints.
Yeah.
Havoc's eyes are very keenly locked on you, and they follow you the entire way you kneel down.
Right.
Once you've knelt, Rahadin then speaks. Exanther, why have you brought this man before your king and count? As Exanther then bows his head slightly. Your Grace, I am going to be leaving the court soon for greater studies. You will need a new court mage at your service. I have found a former student of mine who knows this land quite well. He is born from it. He knows it quite well. He knows its people, its land, and I believe he will be of greater service than any other would-be court mage that would come to you. I ask that you take him into your inner circle and trust him in the same way you would me. Strahd then narrows his eyes as he looks at at this newcomer. Tell me, what is your name?
Yolan Kolos Magyar, sire.
Rahadin then speaks up. Your Grace.
You're great. I'm just going to like kind of shiftily look over at Rahadin. It's self-evident formalities are beyond this man.
Yeah, this man's not used to this kind of stuff. Strahd holds up a hand at these Rahadin. I apologize for Rahadin's demeanor. You are not used to these kind of courtesies, I assume.
I am a man of the land and a man of books. I'm afraid that courtly happenings are beyond me.
Baravik telepathically contacts Rahadin and says to him, "The only courtesy our king should give this rundown hobo is a bath."
You're not wrong.
Anyone who's looking at Rahadin, you can see a very, very slight smirk. You can see his lip curls ever slightly at that comment, and you deliver it to him. You don't see Rahadin smile ever. This man does not smile, but that got his lip to curl just slightly. Strahd then speaks up. If Exanthor believes that you are worthy of taking his place, then I welcome you to my court, Magyar. Please rise and join the court.
He kind of looks around a bit confused. It's clearly he was expecting a chance to introduce himself to an extent. Kind of explain himself and his demeanor and his look. And looking over to his former teacher, a kind of where am I supposed to go?
Exanthor just basically just tells you to follow him, and as he walks over here past some of the people in the crowd, and has you just join in, blending in basically.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I'm right behind them! It's kind of his owl shifts uncomfortably on his shoulder. But yeah, that's it for me for now.
As the court begins to speak up again, you are free to introduce yourself to any nearby people in the court if you desire.
I don't think anyone's really too interested in talking to me. Just a visibly confused man fiddling with his book pages.
Won't know till you try.
What you can see is what's it called? It's me side-eyeing you and just kind of occasionally just looking away and then side-eyeing you again, absolutely just reading you and trying to figure out just
is he an idiot?
Yes. Is he an idiot? Is he actually capable? Is he just a homeless man? Is this some joke?
I should mention,
sick joke.
Pravik hasn't stopped staring at you even after you moved off the middle of the room. He's still just staring at you.
I'm going to look over to my former teacher. So everyone I should be introducing myself to here.
Xanther then points around the room. This woman over to here, that is Ionia Daryovna. She is the head priest of the Morning Lord that resides within Strahd's court. Across the hall there, you might see, he points to another man with a very well-chiseled face and well-taken care of hair, with a lion necklace hanging from his neck. That is Leo de Lisnia, one of Strahd's former commanders. Pointing further down, he points to a woman scribbling down some notes as she barely pays attention to any of the court ongoings. That is Kaja, one of Strahd's head researchers. Next to her,
immediately perks his ears up.
Next to her is Alexandra Gwillem. We call her Alec for short. She is one of Strahd's most trusted advisors and a former mercenary. Rahadin stands next to her. You've already met him. Closest to you, he then points to, that is Sasha Chaikov. She is an inquisitor sent here by Sturm to assist Strahd in dealing with any would-be rebels within this country. Next to her is Zurum Galatar, a former investigator, and now part of Strahd's inner circle. And next to him is Hravik, a former man-of-arms of the Zarovich family, now serving as one of Strahd's trusted advisors.
They'll be working with these men and women.
Yes, they will be the people that you will speak to most to in your life, but they will make sure, if you treat them well, they will treat you well back.
I see. Suppose I'll take it in stride then. Is it bad manners to speak to people during the courts?
You are free to speak with, so long as no one is petitioning the king right now, you are free to move around and speak with the others of the court. Just do not bring attention to yourself or your actions. We are currently awaiting the arrival of Strahd's brothers and the body of his mother. But until then, you are free to move around the court in the meantime.
Okay. From one of his pockets, he's going to produce what looks like, to everyone eyeing him, but you're going to see him fiddle with something in one of his pockets. Produces a small pouch, and within it is some scraps of bread. He will feed it to his owl and then whisper something to it. The owl will in turn glide over to you guys right over here.
Where?
This little group here.
Okay.
Kind of just... Is anyone going to willingly let it land on their shoulder?
No, I'm not letting some homeless man's like pet owl. Land on me.
It's going to attempt to land on Hravik because he's the tallest among them, the most bestial looking.
The one that looks more like a tree.
Yes.
By the way, just so you know, it's not going to be subtle. Everyone's going to hear what you said and see you doing this.
I'm whispering a little message to the owl.
No, verbal means you got to be saying.
Oh, I gotta project it?
Yeah.
Oh fuck, never mind then. Let's scratch that. Scratch that entirely. Jesus Christ.
Owl, talk to people in court.
Yeah, if you could just.
If I stand here for 10 minutes and just do ritual casting, I can ignore that, right?
Isn't ritual going like zoom see it?
I was about to say, he's like, I don't want to have them hear me talk. I will ritual cast. Hamana, 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 hamana.
I've already put
Shazaka zing!
Yeah, If you could just do it subtly, there wouldn't be a point.
Krakatoa!
Manipulation.
That's true.
all I'm just hearing is like Sims talk now.
Fair enough. I'm going to try to shuffle past this guard over here. I should know, Miss. I assume I'm catching the side eyes because horrendously high passive perception, right?
Yes, you notice people have been staring you down since you walked into the room.
Yeah, well it's also not great as well for you because I have a passive of 18 as well.
Oh, high five, dude!
Yeah.
Yeah, Kravix, by the way, as you got closer, Kravix, like, body and head never moved. His eyes followed you, but the rest of his body doesn't.
I am under the... I get the impression you're not quite impressed with an old man like me.
My bugbear nose works twice as well as you humans. And let me tell you, you know what my nose is saying right now? Take a bath.
Well, forgive me, the journey here was long. I didn't really have a chance to along the way.
Or a
Half
choice,
the la-
apparently.
Half the land is still burned to a crisp after the battle.
By the gods, you could have at least rubbed some ash on yourself then with that burnt in my hand.
The war ended almost a little over a year ago now, Ed.
Wait, I thought the time... Okay, we discussed the time frame. You didn't correct me on that. My bad. Well, regardless, I do consider myself to be a scholar of sorts, and...
For you.
Well, you are...
Do I look like a book?
No, but you have the eyes of someone who could probably read one. Haven't taken your eyes off me the whole time here.
How couldn't I? Constant reminder that the maids haven't finished cleaning.
Well, I suppose you can take me to the bath after then, and I will take care of that myself.
Take yourself, I've got work to do.
As do I. I'm just...
Unfortunately.
Forgive me for just trying to introduce myself to people I will be working with.
I forgive you.
Zerum, Sasha, do you have anything to say to this?
It's kind of just awkwardly bickering of a very deeply offended old man.
No, I'm still watching. I'm still studying.
For what is
I'm still examining this dirty homeless man.
For what it's worth, despite my appearances, I am a graduate of an academy.
Which academy?
How the fuck do you pronounce a Y with two dots over it?
Depends on the language.
Yeah.
It's Hungarian.
Croy?
I don't know.
Oh, we're not fucking Hungarian. Oh.
I'll just say it my stupid
Just say
English.
Croy is fine. I wasn't gonna have you try to pronounce the accent.
Thank you.
Fucking LaCroix.
I'm a graduate of the Croix University of Anatomy and Physiology. I studied sorcery there.
Hravik, Zerum, and Sasha, you all have heard of this school before because within the last month or two, actually, a couple students had gone missing, and a search team had been dispatched out, consisting of a famous teacher named Rasputin, a mercenary, and two mercenaries.
My poor Rasputin.
Sadly, Rasputin and one of the adventurers were later found dead alongside the perpetrator who had been kidnapping these students and conducting horrific research upon them. Though most of his notes had gone missing, and people are still wondering what happened to the other mercenary that never reported back.
Which one was the one that never reported back?
Some elf. You guys never got all the full info on that.
Quite a prestigious school, though its reputation has gone down of late.
Yes.
Has it?
Horrendous experiments, missing faculty.
Well, I suppose it's good I graduated some decades ago then.
You said
Reputation-
Croy?
Yes, Croy.
Sounds fake. Bet you made it up.
Well, then I suppose I could take you to the land of Zarhinia sometime. Food is lovely and the women are quite nice.
Some kind of lecher.
Ravik,
I mean, with
Ravik, you lived in
I-
Zarhinia most of your life before going to war.
I kind of
Really?
like I kind of lean over to Ed's character and say, given with your current hygiene, I don't see how any lady would even be near you.
Well,
God damn, everyone's fucking brutal tonight.
So mean.
Yeah,
well,
we are.
I mean, well, you are correct. I was better kept at the university. I live with the druid folk out in the woods now. I'm one of their elders, you see. My mother was one of theirs. I didn't grow up among them, but
She often shapeshift into a beaver. Would explain your hair.
she's dead, actually.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just like that. She died, actually.
I don't think that's what I asked.
Oh my god.
All I can just hear now is Ravik going like, your mother was a beaver and your dad was a bear. And I'm not going to answer which one was the real animal.
Hmm,
And of their features, you got the worst, I swear.
I see. I apologize for taking up your time, then.
I forgive you. As you start to walk away, by the way,
Hmm.
Ed, you hear a voice in your head say, I'm always watching.
As you walk back to Xanther, he then looks to you. Well, how did it go?
These people are horrible. Please tell me I'll get to spend most of my time in my study. They're rancid people.
Oh, we get to study and see up there. I can't handle it now.
all I can just hear right now is I used personality 2 with friend group 5.
Yeah, basically.
Xanther looks to you. These people have been scarred by war and other horrific things they've had to do as of late. Forgive them for their harshness. They've been through a lot.
What are bastards, the lot of them?
Some of us can hear that.
Yeah, all of
Yeah,
us.
I want you to, fucker!
Every single one of us.
Every single one of us. We all can hear it.
Yeah,
Suddenly-
this is the spy group.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, this literally is the fucking the spy trio right there.
These are like espionage, and then I'm like special forces.
I suppose
Yeah.
I'll have to distinguish
Don't worry,
myself with
I can tell you're
service.
telling the truth as well.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
We got fucking we got MI6, we got CIA, we got FBI.
Glow in the dark motherfuckers. The motherfucker.
Well, I suppose I can still distinguish.
we make up the three prongs of fucking Samfish's goggles.
Well, I suppose I can still distinguish myself with service and time.
That you can. What matters is the opinion of the king, Strahd. So long as you remain in his grace, he will fund whatever resource that you require.
What possessed you to leave? It seems like a comfortable deal.
Are you comfortable?
I've told you, we've talked about this before, how we both desire to research beyond that of our lifespans. We are merely human. I believe that I will not find the answers I require for that here. I'm going to travel, see if I can find those answers elsewhere.
I understand.
I believe that there are people within this valley that I believe might be able to point me in the right direction. But I must find them first. And that is a journey I must travel on my own.
I understand.
You and I
And,
have different ideals. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get this. You, from what I remember in our debates, you do not wish to sully your mortality.
I mean, if it was as easy as just turning into some crypt wandering skeleton, I suppose everyone with half a bit of magical knowledge would do it then, wouldn't they?
Indeed. Suddenly, you notice that the murmurs of the hall are quieted, as by the groan of heavy wooden doors parting. A procession of marching footsteps and the fanfare of trumpets precede a duo a set of two men. One man is quite beautiful, with wavy black hair, kind eyes, and a warming smile as he struts into the chamber. Alongside him is a slightly older man with curly black hair, a beard, and a bit more of a frown upon his face. He seems to less strut and more march. The more older gentleman and the younger gentleman.
Pretty boy is okay.
Yeah.
The two men are both the younger man is draped in the familiar robes of the Morning Lord. The older man is draped in the nobility robes of that of House Zarovich. A gilded, radiant sword rests on the hip of the younger man. The hilt of the weapon is so finely crafted that you would not even be faulted for believing it was made of pure light. The two men approach as you did before and kneel before the throne. As the two men approach, Rahadin then speaks. Welcome, Sergei von Zarovich, second son of King Barov and Queen Ravenia, awakened son of the Morning Lord. Welcome, Sturm von Zarovich. Sturm von Zarovich is the second son, Sergei is the third son, my bad. Sturm von Zarovich, second son of King Barov and Queen Ravenia, Lord of Castle Zarovich, and Regent of Zarhinia. The keep's splendors and comforts are yours. The two men then rise to their feet. Strahd rises in turn and steps down the marble stairs, standing a half a foot taller than his two younger brothers. As he approaches Sturm gives a deep curtsy and bows his head with his eyes closed. My brother, it's an honor to serve you. It's good to see you again. And Strahd just gives him the same curtsy and formality as before. Then Strahd approaches the third youngest son, Sergei. He awaits Sergei to do the same formality as Sturm, when suddenly Sergei pulls his brother in for a hug. Anyone with a passive perception higher than 12?
Yeah.
Anyone who has proficiency in insight, you immediately recognize that Strahd is visibly uncomfortable by this hug. He is very taken aback.
Okay. I was gonna ask something really quick, because of course my character likes to examine things. Do I get like a good examining of that sword that Sergei has?
Yes, you anyone who is from Zarhinia instantly recognizes that as the family treasure of House von Zarovich. That is Brightblade. Brightblade was a sword that used to belong to the King of the Dusk Elves before King Barov I conquered them and took the sword away from them, and thus added it to the family treasury of the von Zaroviches. Traditionally, he passed it on to his heir, King Barov II, and supposedly Barov II was supposed to pass it on to Strahd, his firstborn heir, but instead gave it to his thirdborn son, Sergei.
But seeing him being uncomfortable, Kravik will telepathically contact him and say, "Just give me the word, my king."
Strahd does not look back to you nor respond to that. He suddenly steps back after Sergei finally lets go of him and clears his throat. It is good to have you here, brothers. And then finally he then speaks up for the loud enough for the room to hear. Come, let us celebrate the arrival of my family. And with that, the room grows into a very upbeat approval as people in the room begin to make their way outside for the celebration. As a tourney has been organized to celebrate their arrival.
So,
The room erupts into applause, and the stained glass window shines like the rising sun. Powerful rays of light overtake the scene. As suddenly as the light begins to fade, you all find yourself outside.
it's a terrible idea.
Now that I think about it, if we went through the tome a whole lot earlier, it'd probably be really easy to figure out how to navigate through Castle Ravenloft.
Probably.
Rather than
You feel
our
a gentle breeze brush your
fumbling around.
cheek. The earthy smell of fresh grass brings spring and summer warmth. The sun embraces you, but the serenity is broken by raucous cheering. 3 sets of tiered benches have been constructed around a ring of dirt, and 2 guests currently stand in its center in studded armor with weapons drawn. 40 feet ahead of you are 2 wrought iron gates that lead to an overlook. Even from this distance, you can see the snow caps of far-off mountain ranges to the east. Further up the way, you can see next to the shoot. I'm forgetting the word for where horses are kept.
Stables.
The stables. Thank you. Next to the stables, a attorney post has been constructed. And you can hear the sound of horses charging at each other as men are jousting in the distance. So, what do you guys want to do? There's the melee, or there's the jousting.
I wonder, well, I don't know who to ask though.
As the 2 young participants exit the ring, Rahda notes the victor. He is currently presiding over the event, and if you wish to participate in this activity, you can speak with him.
I have a question for him.
Yes, Ravik.
Which brother was it that made Strahd uncomfortable?
That was Sergei.
Sergei, which was...
Will Sergei be
this one, right?
participating? Will Sergei be taking part in any of the events to come?
I would assume so. Yes, his name was listed on the melee.
Very good. I would also like to participate in the melee.
Very well.
Good talk.
If you wish to challenge a specific individual, speak with me.
Also, while I'm thinking of it, I want to try out jousting. Put me down for that too.
Very well. Alright, so you guys are free to roleplay with each other or take place in any of the events. Simply, for any events, all you need to do is simply approach someone, ask them for a challenge, and see if they accept or not.
Hey, Stone Step. Hello, anything going on up there?
Ed, you are muted right now.
God fucking damn
You've
it.
been muted for like the last 5 minutes.
What? Okay.
In case we might have been ignoring you.
I thought it was just a case of you had something to say, so you blew off what I said.
Sorry, did
No,
you say
we
something
didn't
earlier?
hear you.
I don't even remember. I'm not mad about it. It's like that's fine. That's a GM thing. You should do that. Don't worry about it. Bottom line being, Ravik. Oh, we always joked a lot about battling. I thought now would be a better time than anything to finally see which one of us is the better of the two.
I'd be happy to. But you gotta earn it.
I'd be right happy to.
Okay, so this is a meta talk right now. I have 2 ways the melee can be conducted. we can either go with a 5-point system, where a point is earned by hitting or striking for 1 point of damage. So we're not tracking damage overall in your health.
I actually like that.
You're just hitting. If you get hit with any attack, whether it's a spell or not, that's 1 point.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're
not
going to have a
trying to kill
good
each other.
chance then.
Or we can do a more aggressive thing where you fight until someone until someone falls below 10 hit points.
Would you consider
the 4 makes it infinitely more fair for you.
Would you grant hit points back after the fight?
Yes, this is yes.
Okay. I'm cool with either. I actually want to go with the second one for a certain reason.
Oh, okay. In that case, yeah, I'll go for it because I only wanted to pick the first one because it seemed more fair to you.
If you want to fight me, you want to settle our difference once for all, I need you to do me a favor.
What would that be?
I want you to challenge the prince to a fight, Sergey.
Ah! Sure. You think he's a good fighter?
Sure, he thinks so.
The
Don't
prince
worry, I'll be in the audience watching.
this is the prince, right?
Yeah.
That's Sergey, yes.
Good luck.
Stone Step will approach and take a knee at in front of Sergey.
Sergey then looks to you. Ah, my friend. How it's good to see you. I've heard much about you. Stone Step, is it?
Yes, the man splitter.
Yes, I've heard many stories about you in my childhood. I've heard that you caused quite a ruckus during the War of the Silver Knives.
Honor an old brute with a duel.
Of course, my friend.
It's
Allow me time to ready my gear.
An excuse to bully a blue blood.
My character kind of like leans in the whisper to Haravik. I see you're busy organizing something interesting.
Oh,
Alright, so
I just like to watch
you stand
a
in
good
each
fight.
corner of the arena here.
No, I don't know if it's going to be a good fight, but it's clearly something interesting you're orchestrating.
Oh, I'm doing nothing but watching. I'm a good spectator.
You're also trying to be a okay organizer.
The only thing I know how to organize the dinner table.
Alright, so Ed, are we doing the 5-point rule, or do you want to do the more hit point rule?
I want to do the hit. I want to do
to lie are always so fun, Haravik.
I'm gonna drop the voice for a little bit to kill my throat.
I want to see if I can lay this guy out.
Okay. Alright, he readies up his gear. He is wearing a set of plate armor. He has his very nice looking. He has bright blade in his hand, and he has a shield in the other hand.
Ooh, 20 AC. That's a fairly hard nut to crack.
We'll see.
You should have been like, no, you can't ready your armor. You fight me now.
Alright, my friend. I'm ready when you are.
And Stone Step immediately charges in after I caught my rage real quick.
No.
Time for the final hurrah. I should also go without saying, I'm not going to murder him with an axe. I want to be smacking him with the flat of it.
Of course.
Sure, you don't intend to.
Someone will step in if you try to go further. If you try to hit someone below 10 hit points, don't worry.
And as soon as he gives that all clear of like, come at me, I'm already mid-charge.
Okay, go ahead and move your token. You got
Reckless attack.
Oh no, reckless. He's just a boy.
That's a hit.
Alright. Do they both hit?
Yes.
He's not prone.
Okay.
Oh.
No.
Okay. Anything else?
That is it.
Okay. After knocking him prone, he immediately, it's his turn. He gets up. That's a good hit, Stone Step. Whew, I really felt that one.
A snort of delight. I believe he also has advantage to hit me now.
Yes.
Yeah, because
he
you're
does.
reckless.
First, he's going to cast Shield of Faith. And then he's going to attack you twice.
Okay.
Does a 19 hit?
Oh yeah.
Well,
My AC is like 16.
That's 14 bludgeoning. This is not having
14.
it. You have it yourself.
Well, is Bright Blade magical?
Oh, it is magical. You're right.
Yeah, so it'd go through even if he is Bear Totem.
Yeah, so 14. Sorry, not bludgeoning, slashing them. So
It doesn't specify that.
No. Specifically with Rage, it is like specifically like non-magical of those variants. When it comes down to the like Bear Totem stuff, it's specifically for if you take that damage type. But for Rage, it's completely different.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, Baritone's still very tanky. Like, it's just not like, if something has a magical like attack, it's.
All right.
Most NPC stat blocks don't have a magical weapon in their hands. Like, if you're fighting a dragon, their claws aren't magical. Those claws would be halved.
Fair enough. All right, go ahead.
And
That's
then
14.
and then 20. Does 20 hit?
Yes.
12 slashing.
How much is that all? 26.
Yes.
14 plus 12 is 26. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is
Yep.
half my health gone.
Damn.
Stone step.
Well, you gotta start doing more damage.
And then we did it again.
Reckless.
Yeah. This is 16
16
definitely doesn't hit,
misses.
but 27 probably does.
27 hits. 14. Is make a con check now to see if Shield of Faith stays up. Okay, so it's half. Is it the damage or half the damage? I always forget with concentration.
What is it?
It's
Damage halved or 10, whatever's
or half the
higher?
damage, whichever is higher.
Okay,
So
so,
it's-
he just passes. He rolled an 11.
So yeah.
All right. Anything else, Ed?
That's all I got.
All right. Kravik.
See,
My turn.
it can't be the full damage because full damage would get to the point where you'd be like, oh well, he took 40.
Goodbye, spell.
Have my time for now.
You buy your time for now.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Whack. 23 hits.
Absolutely.
Whoops, I rolled the wrong damage dice on that one. I rolled his other attack by accident. 11 slashing.
Okay.
And then does 25 hit.
Absolutely.
9 slashing.
Down to 6.
You're under.
Yeah,
10
I'm probably done for.
You're under 10 HP, so it's over.
Damn.
Damn.
Would you say that you fall to your knees?
Absolutely.
Okay.
He
I'm
beat
gonna
me
make my
fair and
move.
square.
I would say like you fall to one knee, and then it's when Rahadin then raises up a hand, calling the fight off.
I'm gonna cast Sonic
So-
Power.
What is that?
Wait.
Okay, using your psionic power. What are you doing with this?
Telekinetic movement.
Okay.
I want to try to make it using telekinesis to make it like he slipped by like moving his foot, and try to make him fall onto one of Stone Step's horns.
Oh my god.
Does anyone actually like notice that or no? Because it's just
That like slipped my mind.
I see. All right.
Yeah, that's the advantage of psionics.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
You can target one loose object that's large or smaller. If you can see the target. That is large or smaller, or one willing creature other than yourself. By the rules of telekinetic movement, I don't believe you can move him. You see a target within 30 feet. You might be thinking of your feet telekinesis, Ryan. Pull that one up for me.
No, it says telekinetic movement. You can move an object or creature with your mind. It's a sub ability of Sonic Power.
As an action, you can target one loose object that is larger, smaller, or one willing creature other. You can only target a willing creature, and not.
I'm gonna target his plate armor then.
Okay.
Oh, that's ballsy. Okay.
Alternatively, visit tiny object. Okay, I will make him roll a dex save.
Oh, if you will be in deep shit if this ever comes out.
Thankfully, he rolled a nat 20. As he begins to stumble forward, he immediately kind of like twists around and basically does a little stylish twirl around you, Stone Step, and raises his blade into the air as he then pulls you up with his other hand. As he drops his shield, pulls you up with his other hand, and then pulls your arm up as well to also celebrate the battle.
Gravik starts applauding.
Could I do I like what's it called? I'm just curious here. How's like the ground around like the
It's dirt.
the battle pit here? Is it like very muddy or
No,
something that
it's
would
not
be
muddy
actually
at all.
slippery? So it's not very slippery.
No, that was a very weird slip.
Hmm.
Amused, I will allow him to raise my hand. But...
Okay, I was gonna ask you, did you pull away from him, or did you let him do that?
No, he beat me fair and square. He gets it.
And then he looks over to Strahd. My brother, does this mean I get to have this Stone Step as my champion now? As he laughs, and then pat you on the
And
back.
Stone Step will look up. Sadly, you'd have to defeat your brother.
But what were you saying about the passive perception, Miss?
Anyone with a passive perception of 15 or higher notices that Strahd is kind of rubbing his chin right now, very curious about that about something that just partook in that battle. He's very confused about something.
Is it the entire spy trio again?
Yeah. Everyone in the spy group going, I wonder what would have went down.
Fucking totally spies over here.
Is there anything fucking Joe Magic Man over here can attempt to roll to try and discern what happened there?
No.
I mean,
if your passive perception is higher than 15, you already know that slip was very odd.
very, very strange. It didn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense for what kind of terrain there is right now, but you're not quite sure why that happened. So yeah, Haram, do you have anything else you wanted to add before the fight has ended?
No, but once Sergey recovers, Gravik's the first to applaud.
Okay. All right. You're free to return to your seat, Stun Step, and you'll see all your hit points back, by the way.
I'll extend to up and I say, wonderful fight. All right, you've earned your match. Let's see who's better.
Please.
All right, go ahead and take the corner here. All right, and then roll initiative, everyone. Well,
But as I'm passing Sergey away to my corner, I go, excellent fighting, your lordship.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I was never trained by you, but I always hoped that I would be trained by you like my brothers were.
There's always time.
There we go. There's a good spot for me to sit so I don't further offend these people.
Let me just roll my initiative.
Alright.
So. We need to take one step to hit you. I don't think I'll ever play a warrior who's not a bugbear ever again. It's so fun.
It's fucking funny.
Whole arms plus long arms is just silly.
It's very goofy, very fun and goofy.
I agree. Alright, Miss Ray, when you are.
Mr. fucking Noodle Arms.
It just goes to show you how silly the grid system in this game can get sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it gets really silly with how cones are.
You're first, Ryan.
Oh, I was just waiting for Mrs. to be there.
Yep, you're there.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Alright. One step. I get to, so I'll do my first attack.
That's a miss.
This is how my character fighting has always been with this character.
Yep.
That's a miss. But
Are you guys doing the 5-point thing or the HP thing, by the way?
HP.
HP, apparently.
Okay.
But I'm gonna spend a psionic die. Already used one earlier to try to hit assassination, so we'll subtract that. Now it's current one.
Bruh. Just said it
All
out
right.
loud.
And meta.
What?
Psionic strike.
I ain't reading all of that. Can I get the short version?
Yeah. Once on each of my turns, immediately after you. Oh, never mind. Guess I have to hit
You
you.
have to hit with that, yeah.
So I will use action surge. Does that? Cause I have extra attack. Does that mean I get to do 2 more strikes? Cause I'm multi attack.
You get 2 more attacks, yes.
Okay, cool.
That's a hit. Now you can do Sonic Strike.
So I also have something else I have to do first, which is.
He's also not
Pull
raging
Master.
yet, so.
I mean, even if I was raging, he could still just get through it.
Well, I mean, the slashing damage is full, not halved. Oh,
That's
it's
for-
it's a +1, right? Never mind.
And that's the backhand hit from Polar Master.
Are you Sonic Striking this, or are you holding up on that?
I'm a Sonic Strike it now, so let me just pull it for myself, see what the modifier is for it. I believe it's auto hits. I'm gonna double check that.
It does. On each of your turns immediately after you hit a target, you can deal damage to it with a weapon. You can spend 1 psionic energy die, d6, rolling it and dealing force damage to the target equal to the number rolled plus your intelligence modifier.
So it's
D6 plus your mint mod.
D6 plus 5.
Unless the subclass says that increases as you level up, but I'm not
Nah,
sure.
you got it right. Actually, I might be the level where it's increased to a D8. Let me double check.
We're level 6.
Yes.
But is your psionic stuff a class thing? Or?
Yes,
This is
D8
the
now.
subclass thing. This is the Psi Warrior for Fighter.
Oh, okay.
So it's an extra 10 damage.
D8 is at 5th level, so it's a D8.
I put D8.
Yeah, no.
I rolled
was
1d8
just
plus
reading.
5.
I didn't see your roll yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so 10x, so 10 slashing and then 10 psionic damage.
So 21 damage that attack.
And then 1 more attack. Natural 20.
Jesus.
So 19 damage plus the back hit from Polar Master.
Bruh.
So 20 damage. Yes, so a total of, for my turn, you took a total of 40 damage, like 41 damage.
Ryan was like, yo, bro, I didn't make this character to fight. Well, I'm not going to do well in this fight. Does really well in the fight.
Turn him
Well-
to paste.
Alright, that fucking hurt. I am 2 HP from losing the match immediately.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah. I have 52
Shit.
health.
I haven't had combat go that well for
Wait,
me
I'm
this
level
entire
5. That explains it.
Come on.
Oh well. I'll still give it a fair shake.
Alright, your turn.
That's with the bull, I guess. Let's
You
rage.
moved into my range, so I get an attack on you.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Fight's over.
Damn.
Yep, it's done. That is twice Stone Step has been humiliated in a single day.
It's good you're
I
retired.
think you have a new character.
Yeah.
What a send off.
What a send off.
What a send off of jobs.
All right. As Ravik gives you 1 more slash, Rahadin blows a horn and calls the match. Ravik wins.
I dedicate this victory to my king.
Do you turn to him as you do that?
Yes, and I bow.
He gives you a nod, and then gives you a hand to rise.
And I do so.
So, does anyone else want to fight? You also can fight NPCs as well. You just have to ask them.
I see an NPC I wouldn't mind fighting.
No, I don't think any of us have a good fighting chance against some of the NPCs. So
Yeah. You gonna fight him? He doesn't have a real sheet.
Easy victory then. No, I'm kidding.
Straight rogues don't really have a full sheet when it comes to one-on-ones. I have 0 class features I can use.
Also, Azoth, as you've been sitting here and watching these fights, you notice the man sitting next to you, this man here. You know from your time serving in the army and what you've gathered with your knowledge that is Victor Wachter, the head of House Wachter. He was a general in Strahd's army, and now a lord residing in the new town of Valaki.
Huh?
yeah, but he, of course, he's not the mayor of the town. He's just one of the nobility.
Yeah, he's just residing there. He's not in charge.
Mhm.
The Valakovich family owns the town.
Oh, what did you say his last name was again?
His name was Victor Wachter.
Walk there. So this is a ancestor of Fiona.
He looks to you, Zerum. Those are some very, very well done fights. I do wonder if some of these warriors crave war again. I, for one, do not.
Well, when it's become habit, it's been something that you need to get out of your system every now and then, I suppose, for some of us.
So long as I can, I do not plan to pick up another blade, as far as I can help it. Unless my lord calls for another war, that is, but I hope that is behind us now.
As I'm sure you remember, I've never really been one for fair fights, so I'm just going to be observing today.
It would be interesting to see you fight in a controlled environment like this.
Yeah. I feel it's better if the lords here do not know what I can do.
That is for the best, I would assume. Keep your cards to yourself, as they say. Alright, so does anyone else have any fights they want to do, or are we ready to move on?
I was actually going to ask you to direct me towards the researcher woman if she was anywhere near here.
She is right here.
Thank God. So if I had realized I was where I would have pulled her aside sooner.
You see her just scribbling in a book. She she's kind of acting a little frantic as she's going back and forth.
Running out of do you happen to be low on ink?
No. Just trying to make sure I have this research done. I don't even want to be here. I wish to be in my study, but I had to be here for this tourney for the royal family.
Oh. Would you be willing to talk about what you're trying to study, trying to understand?
You wouldn't understand. Too complicated. Unless you study dragon blood, that is.
Would I know anything about that, Dragon Blood? I know a little bit, tangentially, I think.
A little bit. The person I told you about, you know that she has some warriors that have her blood in them, sorcerers, but beyond that, you don't know about anyone just taking blood from a dragon and using it for nefarious purposes or research.
spoken with some sorcerers who have blood of dragons within them.
Yes, no. Those are people that have been born from a dragon. I am trying to create those who can harness the blood of a dragon artificially.
Messing with life in a way, then, to try and create something stronger.
Just so you know, because like I know, like, do I notice did I notice when I was here like Ed's character was interacting with her, because I wanted to try and like get like I wanted to listen into their conversation, like at least like kind of like, you know, Assassin's Creed.
With
like,
your passive
coming
perception,
and
that's an easy task for you.
Okay, yeah. I want to listen to the conversation because like I'm still very much wary of our homeless man.
I'm conversely going to lean over to Sergei. Will you be participating in the joust, my prince?
Oh my god!
No. He then whispers to you, Don't tell anyone that, but I do plan to challenge my brother Strahd. I'm curious to see how capable a warrior he is. I've heard many great tales, and I'm curious to find out for myself.
I'll make you a deal. I'll keep your secret if you agree to joust me.
Joust? Oh. I've already had a duel with Stone Step. I'm not sure if I'm ready for a joust.
Don't worry about it. I've never jousted before in my life. It'll be an easy task for you. It's all for fun.
Well, if you say so.
Fantastic.
Do I also? I would assume I also get to listen to that conversation there as well.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, because I am kind of getting a bit sus of like Hravik after like everything that's kind of like been going on, especially also with his actions after the first duel.
I'm very curious in meta why Ryan's doing this. I don't know why. He did not mention this to me at all. This is just out of nowhere from him.
Yeah, no, my my character's just the one the people watch, and now they're seeing Hravik get like kind of weird. So like their vision is now split between homeless man and bugbear man.
Two equally hairy man.
Yeah. Two equally bearish individuals.
Madgar, Kasha then looks to you. If you were to take a newborn baby, and modify it, would that go beyond your moral code?
Well, what are the conditions of this? What's brought the child to us? It's an orphan, someone doomed to do nothing anyways. There's a chance to give someone a greater purpose.
Does not matter to me. It matters to the people that we are working with. There's a
Exactly.
cult that wants this blood. They want to create. They want to find a way to make themselves closer to the dragons that they worship.
Some kind of arcane cult. Bizarre knowledge abound.
I did not ask, and they did not tell.
I suppose for a sword like that, I'd be more than a bit interested. Yes.
Then perhaps you could help me with this research. Then we need to somehow get this blood to work by injecting it into a test subject, without it killing the test subject. This blood is very vile, and all the rats I've tested upon kill over within a couple days or so.
Well, life is my domain. Oh well, sorry, that's an incorrect thing because those have different terminology.
No, that's Edmund.
Yes. The flow of life is something I'm more than a bit familiar with, and I'd be happy to try and keep your subject alive if you need that kind of assistance.
Yes. Yes, perhaps we could work together on this project. Yes.
I only ask that you share your notes.
That I cannot do. My notes are my own.
Well, how am I supposed to assist if I don't know the plan?
I will give you the notes for this project, but not any other.
Fair trade? Consider that my payment then.
Deal.
I will worm my way into this woman's library and I will learn every fucking thing she knows.
Do I know anything about her that would make her more pliable to manipulation or like cooperation?
She's a woman who is very much obsessed with research and does not really have too many morals when it comes to said research. It's only what Strahd and Raha didn't allow that allows her to research what she does. She has complained at times about what she can and cannot research and what kind of things she can do to conduct that research.
Now, I'm saying this in meta. Don't we kind of think she's the person who turned into like that?
That's like
thing we
Doctor.
caught in the clinic?
I'm fairly certain we are certain that this person is the
Your
Doctor.
tome characters do not have that knowledge.
I'm asking in meta.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm
but it's like the thing is that like our characters are getting like this. Our actual main characters are getting like this information. So
Yes.
like, so we can put the pieces together.
Yes.
yeah, 'cause I think I remember that she's the person we fought in that terrible clinic.
Yeah,
Right.
the abandoned shack where they had all those plague monsters
Mm.
and the zombie ogres and whatnot.
But yeah, Magyar is more than happy to assist. And he's going to his unseen familiar is going to appear from out from under his cloak. Sorry, his unseen servant is going to appear out from under his cloak and kind of beckon to look at her notes related to this project.
No, not here. Not now.
Then where?
When we go to my research area, that's when I will give you your notes.
Understood. Where can I find you after this event? Kind of with a groan, he's still very unhappy.
Eventually. Give me time. I'll tell you. I'll find you.
Understood.
Alright. Does anyone else have any dueling they wish to do?
No, not really. I'm more interested in the people watching involving Haravik and then our homeless man, and of course our actual cause of a problem.
Sir Rahadin,
Yes, Magyar.
I was considering something performative for these people. Could a servant of mine fight in my place for a bit of a show?
Do we have anyone who is willing to battle a servant?
And with that, Magyar is going to look to the crowd. Is there anyone here who would like to dance with a fae?
If I kill it, do I get to eat it?
If you can catch 4 dissolves, yes.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Downtrodden, he will return to his snoop.
Actually, it's at this point that my spies that are in this group, you notice that someone new has come into this area here. Hey, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hey, you're a little quiet.
Hello, can you hear me?
I'm gonna turn you up on this
Okay.
for a little bit. Alright. Hey, go ahead and describe this new person that some people might have caught an eye on.
Alright, walking into this,
Courtyard.
courtyard here, you see a fairly tall woman, walking forward. She's... Probably the first thing you notice is the wolf pelt that's wrapped around her shoulders. It's a fairly large wolf, like it's almost a cloak with how large it is. And you see that her hair is tucked into the cloak, making it look a bit shorter if you're only glancing at her. But when you get closer, you see that her hair seems a lot longer than it seems at a distance. And she has a very she has a very stern look about her. Like, she's very focused and doesn't really seem to care for festivities that's going on. Yeah, she walks into the courtyard.
I hope you have a stick up your ass, young lady.
Already jaded.
Does he actually say that?
Absolutely not.
There's so many like terrible ways that can be interpreted other than what you actually mean.
Yeah, she doesn't, she just walks in, doesn't make much of a, she's not really drawing attention to herself, she's just simply walking in.
Now, here's a question to you, Mist. And I guess Andy by extension. Is this someone I recognize that's gone through the woods on the outskirts ever? Because they look well-traveled.
Hey.
She certainly...
Have you ever crossed through the Druid's woods?
She very likely has.
So how would she have taken to being shooed out of the woods by a bunch of Druids? Would it have been a get-fucked kind of situation?
She wouldn't exactly take it too kindly, I would say.
Would she have stayed in the woods alone?
She would have probably stayed in the woods anyway, unless someone made an actual force to keep her out.
Suffice say an effort was made to shoo you out of the woods. Under threat if necessary, but nothing significant came down on your head.
Yeah.
Just threats.
Okay.
That's the length of it. So I do recognize you from the woods, but I doubt you I doubt you even saw me. So that's that.
Yeah, I doubt she would recognize you or even care if she did.
Right.
So yeah, does anyone else want to speak with this newcomer? Or do any more duels?
No. I mean, if we're gonna move on the jousting tournament, I'll gladly watch that.
I mean, aren't we all just moving to the next little area together?
Okay. Sergei then rises from his seat and then calls out to his brother Strahd. My brother, I wish to challenge you to a battle. I've heard many tales. I'm quite curious to know more. Suddenly, the crowd begins to roar as many people begin to gather around. And soon enough, the two brothers are locked in battle. Sergei's sword flies down, nearly chopping Strahd in two, but the Lord raises his sword in time to leave an inch's gap between steel and skull. Sergei dips back, narrowly avoiding his brother's parrying dagger. He props himself up, tossing his own parrying dagger into a reverse grip, and tilting his short sword not like a noble in a duel, but a teenager in a street fight. Strahd scans Sergei's sloppy stance, and in a flurry of black cloth, he leads with a feint but before swiping low with his red, black, and gold dagger. The youngest von Zarevich is caught off guard, but manages to catch his brother's arm. Batting the dagger away just at the point scratches his armor. Sergei hastily brings his blade around in a broad sweep and spins frenetically towards his target. Strahd parries the obvious attack with ease, but the dervish twirls mask the dagger that nearly finds the elder's throat. Strahd weaves into Sergei's whirling blade like a dancer, twirling with their partner, pulling his neck back enough to avoid the flying steel edge, and forcing his brother to overstep. He stands swiftly upright, his blade held straight, the point pressed gently to the base of Sergei's skull. They lower their weapons and bow. The crowd erupts. The brothers look out over the people. Sergei waves enthusiastically. An enormous smile is plastered on his exuberant face, and hardly a drop of sweat breaks on his forehead. Strahd, drenched in sweat, blots his face with a black kerchief and waves out of obligation. His penetrating eyes snap briefly in his brother's direction, cutting more harshly than his longsword ever could. With that battle concluded, Sturm then rises from his seat and joins his brothers. My brothers, it was a well-fought duel, but once this celebration is finished, I must return back to the homeland of Zarhinia. My grace, your grace, if this is where you intend to move your capital to, once the funeral for our mother is complete, I will return to the homeland and rule in your stead. And Strahd just simply gives him a nod. Excellent, Sturm. Good. You are a capable administrator, and I respect. You have my utmost respect. Sergei then looks to Strahd. Your Grace, if it would allow you, I would like to remain here in Barovia with you as I continue my training to join the cloth. Sturm then looks to Sergei. Your tutors are back in the homeland. Why would you stay here? Because this is a new land. Only all these people. This court is vibrant. I wish to stay here and learn as much as I can. I will allow it. It will be good to have family nearby. It has been some time, Sergei, we have much to learn about each other. And then you see Sergei smile grow even larger. Yes, brother, of course! I look forward to learning more about you every day. And as the memory begins to fade into the mist, you hear Strahd's voice. He was handsome and youthful. I hated him for both.
Do we know what the Tome of Strahd actually is at this stage?
It's Strahd's autobiography, but magical.
There might even be a piece of him inside of it, like a soul.
Cool.
That's what I think. But man, I can't. I'm so sad. I had like 2 other assassination attempts planned.
Damn, role playing hard as a Crusader Kings player.
I was gonna try to make a. I was gonna try to make a lance go into his face accidentally.
What?
Who died?
Oh no.
Perhaps missed.
It might have been missed.
Yeah, I think they did say Chris. I did get really confused because I thought they said like bread or some shit.
They were summoning him for bread.
Yeah. Summoning
But then
bread.
once you said mist, I was like, oh yeah, they probably did secrets.
As the fog mist begins to fade once more, you guys find yourself standing in the courtyard once more, near the carriages. Rahadin and Sergei and Strahd seem to be in a bit of an argument. What are you all doing? Since that last memory, it has been a few months. In that downtime, you've all worked together to stop a bandit by the name of Red Lucas, who was terrorizing the countryside.
That is important.
Did we get anything for doing that?
It is going to be an intervallo chapter in case someone's not here whenever we play.
Here we go. Just going back to some medical notes from our plague doctor here. Red Lucas is important because they're part of medical log number 4. If you want to give that bit of a reread, anyone that cares.
I have to find it.
It's at the very bottom. It's in text handouts, and it is medical.
The body belonged to some bandit that served under Red Lucas, the element that Strahd finally disposed of. Okay.
I think it's
Man
kind of
has...
funny.
Oh, it's the cult, I think.
Probably the way our tokens are lined up, because Havoc's facing left, and then we
Also,
all of us are facing
at this
right
point,
until we
Ed,
get down to A.
Right.
The one thing I told you about that the druids know about, she has gone into hiding now, and has not been seen for quite some time now.
I assume I still have correspondence with the greater tribe via Animal Messenger.
Yeah.
How long has it been since the last vision we just had?
I would say it's been about 4 months.
But I would
It's
say
now-
at some point.
we went from like March. We are now in like June.
I would say
Okay.
at some point
June or
between then
July.
and now, Ed, Gravik would have revealed to you that everything he said to you in the courthouse was a giant act,
Mm-hmm.
and that he's actually, and that even the voice is fake. He's actually a much more well-spoken and polite person in private.
You know, you guys are free to like. This is just them gathered in this corner. They're arguing about something, but you guys could be off doing something else in the meantime, as you might have overhear this argument.
One thing that I was wondering is that would I be able to actually like spy on, of course, Ed's new character to see like what like those two are going on about in terms of conversation?
Sure. I mean, here's the thing. I actually had like a little discussion topic in mind, Ryan. If you wanted to try to play
Awesome.
something out.
Let's do it.
Like, I mean, tell me something. You are a more bookish person than you perceive it as. Like, I mean, admittedly, I just dig through textbooks all day, and the notes of mages older than the dirt. Do you actually read like novels and books and the like? Because I never really had the time, honestly. Some kind of direction would be appreciated.
What do you have time for?
Well, my hands can do a lot of the inking. And when he says hands, he is referring to his unseen familiar. Well, I mean, they can do the inking, just clear out of my head and write my notes for me. So
He raises his hand and says, "I mean, what do you do with your time?"
Oh, I research. I research mostly.
Well, there you go. Stop researching. Start reading.
Researching it, but reading is a part of the research. I meant like. I mean, are you interested in magic at all, or is it purely novels?
I have 3 things I do with my life. I fight on behalf of Strahd von Zarvich.
Our
I
wonderful
eat.
lord, yes.
I eat food. And I sit in my comfortable chair in the study and I read books. 2 of those things I tend to do at the same time. I'll leave it up to you to guess which 2 those are. These 3 things give me lots of times for books.
Very
As
true.
for which books I would suggest to you, he goes over to the nearest bookshelf. And he begins pulling books out, like, extremely rapidly. Like, there's a mountain piling next to him. And here, start with this, the Compendium of the History of House Bunzarovich. And then you work through this small sample of books right here. It's about, like... There's about,
couple
like...
thousand
70
pages.
There's, like, 70 books in that pile. He's like, and once you get through this small pile, I'll recommend some more. We'll make a book club out of it.
I suppose I need to give you a recommendation of my own.
Please do. I'll fit it into my busy schedule.
And from his bag, he will produce a kind of dusty and ragged piece of parchment. Well, kind of like think of it like a pile of papers just rolled into a tube and then tied with string. My people, they had a lot of oral tradition and stories that I was worried would get lost, so... I mean, given that I was an elder, I can bend the rules a bit. I wrote down some of them. If you're interested in old tribal stories, wives' tales, that sort of thing. Something cultural, something different. Consider it a gift. I have copies abound.
Why, thank you. I'm sure I'll have this read in about 2 hours, if you wish to discuss it.
It's nice to feel appreciated on some level, and I don't think I've had the chance to thank you for that.
You're welcome. And by the way, he doesn't take the scroll from you. It leaves your hand on its own. Floats up in front of his face, unravels itself, and he just starts looking at it.
Psychically snatched right out of my unseen familiar's hands.
Yeah.
And with the hands freed, they will float off to a desk, and... I should also note, the quill that he writes with has never seemed to run out of ink once in all the time, in the many times you've spoken in his study.
Now, regale me with something.
Yes.
Explain your research to me.
Well, to boil it down, I guess, the main thing I want to learn is how to live forever. But I don't want to... There's a sanctity to life that I want to uphold. I mean, sure, anyone can live forever if they go and be a rotted skeleton sitting in a dungeon somewhere like a lich or some other piece of undead garbage.
Undead do unsettle me.
I'm trying to think. I've been trying to find a way to live forever within the bounds of the flesh and mortality itself. So, immortal while still being mortal, I guess. It's an odd idea, but I have some stray notes somewhere that describe this kind of thing.
We have similar goals.
Have you heard the stories of sorcerers and wizards out there just keeping copies of themselves in jars? Kind of their souls fly into them when they pass, and they're born anew. It's fascinating.
I have a much more simple plan to not die.
What would that be?
I'm simply not going to.
How long does a creature like you live, usually?
Usually till they're dead.
I see.
He's actively smirking. He's fucking with you.
Yeah, I can tell. It's like this world of bizarre creatures. I mean, to say that I feel out of my depth is a bit of an understatement. I've spoken with dragons. I've met them. I've seen fires that speak and cry. Animals of all shapes and sizes, and simply a man, an aging man. I want to learn forever. Simple as that. Go ahead, Azal.
By your character's goals, you would find my character incredibly disturbing, actually.
Great! Awesome! Perfect!
Because anytime that we fought together, I get to, like, spread the energy of death around.
Yeah.
I mean,
fucking Christ.
Yeah, no, Azov's character is like the boogeyman to freaking like Ed's new character.
I mean, I will say, in the conversation we had, there were at least 4 or 5 lies that I just told.
Yeah,
So-
I wish Mist didn't go away because what I wanted to do is what I want to actually just spy on your character in every single thing you did, so
I mean-
then I have like an idea on what's like going on with.
I mean, I can.
No,
You have-
not
you have
with
the
yours.
skills.
I mean with
Oh.
Ed's.
Gotcha.
That is also a
Listen.
chunk of contrast with the character I'm playing.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would say that he's disturbed by the undead is one of the biggest lies he told in that conversation. But the key to the conversation, Traffic would say, "Well, we bugbears tend to be mercenary by culture. You don't exactly find bugbear towns. We usually rent our sword arms out to other species, usually goblins. But you want to hear the most criminal thing? Goblins' food is shit. And they're always being attacked. Always at war. You know how much work I had to do for their crap food?
I imagine quite a bit. I mean, right when I was on the road with my father when I was younger, I mean, we were scraping for every meal we had. You'd think a wandering holy man would have more gold in his pocket.
Now they're usually too busy gilding their buildings with it.
Exactly. I mean, my father taught me well, but there was a good reason why I left him to go study at the university.
I came here because there was a war going on. Figured I'd loot some corpses, earn some mercenary pay, and move on, but then I found it. Paradise. He wraps his long arm around you and, like, tilts you so you see the corner where his big, like, I picture it's like a beanbag plushie chair thing. It's like this is a big cloth sack full of fluff.
Just a leather full of, like,
Yeah.
rice or something.
Yeah, and it's just like right next to the bookshelf. He says, "Then I found paradise." You know, our Grace von Zarvich gave me a little bell. He put a little bell. You know what happens when I ring this bell?
What's that?
He rings it, and Miss isn't here to confirm it, but like, let's say like a little servant comes in. He goes, "Bring me some mutton, dear." She's going to actually bring me mutton. And I'm going to sit in that chair. And I'm going to eat and read for hours.
Has your life been easier since the war ended, then?
It's become fantastic. I actually had to earn my pay there for a little bit.
Like,
It's really tedious having to torture so many people.
at this point, would you say there would have been at least like a case or two where you pulled me aside and be like, "Hey, can you decompose this guy?"
I have multiple cases where you're going to have been asked to come to my character, and when you come to my character, there's like someone tied to a chair with their mouth gagged.
Right.
And I would just be like, can you deal with this?
And you kind of just like wag your fingers, like, can you cast command on this one? He's not cooperating.
Make him slap himself.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose we don't have dissimilar outlooks. I mean, the comfort to research has. I mean, it's always been the goal. I mean, I could have just stayed in the woods forever, but there's only so much I can learn. Bless you, Azza.
Too.
I could have just stayed in the woods I could have just stayed in the woods forever, but they're very insular people, I guess.
Well, if you ever find a book that's too thick and you're running out of time with all your, he does air quotes, he says, research, you can always hand the thicker tomes to me. I can read them and present you with an accurate summary.
Well, do you know much about magical theory?
I know that I can accurately recite to you whatever the book says.
Hmm. You happen to know much about code breaking?
I usually just break the codes inside people's heads.
Well, how about a challenge then? I'm just going to throw you an old spell book. See if you can decipher the notes.
You're on. Sorry, I have a phone call for some reason. 1 second.
Oh, good. Welcome back, Miss.
Yeah, welcome back.
I'm back.
Yeah, me and Ryan have just been having a back and forth this whole time.
Yeah, because what I wanted to do was specifically spy on Ed's character and pretty much everything that he's done in the last, pretty much from like whenever he showed up here to now current time skip.
And at this point, you'd have a good idea. He is constantly sending birds and small rodents to and from into the woods far off in the distance, like whispering to animals, then cutting them loose.
Gotcha.
Well, what about your interactions with, of course, the one lady?
That is up to Mist. My conversations with that crazy bitch.
You don't really talk much. It's just, research this. Okay, what's the results? All right, do this now. It's all work. It's no small talk.
Right, and occasionally I assume it's like, hey, could you revivify this rat a couple times?
Yes, basically.
So, what I'm wondering more is just what is it is still like the research kind of the same old of like this set of dragon stuff, or this one, or this.
The research
and that,
only goes on
maybe
for about 2.5 months. And then she decides to just give up and just send the notes that she recorded and the blood vials to the people that paid for it.
Okay.
Is there anything of note I pull from this for my own research into life?
It would seem that this you never did test on human subjects, but from what you saw with testing on rats and other small creatures, that this dragon blood basically has a 1/4 survival chance.
Mm-hmm.
Only 1 in 4 rats would ever survive the injections, and even then, there was a high chance that they would become, distorted in some way. And usually, these rats would suffer from dragon scales growing on their body, horns growing out, and it would disrupt their physicality horribly.
Ugh. Horrid, but interesting.
Yeah, you basically you either created dead rats or abominations that would then need to be killed.
Oh, that's fun. That's useful.
Thankfully, that's
Okay.
where your decomposed spell came in handy.
Yes.
What was some details going on? Like, the other thing I was wondering about is do we have more details about the stuff involving Red Lucas and whatnot?
Red Lucas is for an interval chapter that I will save for when someone can't make it for a Strahd game, and we will play it.
Okay, gotcha. Because I was just gonna...
I'm back.
Because of course that whole thing is of course important. I think it's also medical law.
I will tell you that there was a.
Oh no, medical law 2.
There was a sorcerer under his command that had draconic-like abilities.
Yeah. Okay, I think it's medical law 2 is the important one because it's a little bit.
But his scales were green,
earlier.
not silver, and the only dragon you guys ever met since you've been in this valley was Argynvost.
It's silver. Yeah.
And he's dead.
Yeah, he's been dead for a little bit now.
And that guy's scales were green. So there's some green dragon in this valley that you have not found yet. And so Strahd is currently not actively looking for it because he doesn't want to cause a panic that there's a dragon somewhere in this valley that's not been dealt with. Because he doesn't want there to be chaos and panic.
At this point, is Strahd aware of what I am?
Very much so, yes.
Okay.
Xanther would have told him. So Strahd has people on the low are looking for, like you guys, the spies. You have been tasked with trying to locate this green dragon that's somewhere in the valley because it needs to be put down or chased out.
Is there a idea where it's said to be at?
The forest people supposedly know, and he's been grilling Magger to get more info from the forest people, but the forest people have a very close relationship with this dragon, and so have been very slow with the information.
So, like, okay, I'm just trying to piece stuff together here. So in terms of the forest people here, we're probably referring to the people that would then become the druids that we wiped out.
They are already druids at this stage.
Yeah, but what I mean is, like, is it the same group of druids that we wiped out, or is this like
Yes.
where they start to divide off into like? Okay, yeah,
No, the druids.
Well, I mean,
the druids are still.
Right. Yeah. Correct.
From what you guys have learned in the main area of Strahd, you guys know that from what you spoke with what was his name? Kavan. When you spoke with Kavan, he mentioned that the forest people were one united people. They had multiple tribes, but they were still, one group. They helped Strahd. They weren't a big fan of the Dalmorians and Dostrin because they invaded them and took over. So they were actually pretty cool with Strahd coming in and kicking Dostrin's ass and supported him. And Strahd signed a pact with the forest people that he would, whatever land that the Dalmorians left them, that is their land, and they will not expand new cities into that area. So the forest people and Strahd have a pact where he will not expand into their land, and they will not, try to fight back and get their land back from him. They're at a nice little standstill with that. Eventually, Kavan mentioned that at some point the druids begin to start worshipping Strahd as a way to get their power back to what they once had before the Dalmorians came in, and reject the Ladies Three. And so there becomes a group known as the I forgot the title right now, but it basically, like, they're excommunicated from the main faction of the forest people.
Yeah.
And those are the ones you fought. Those are the ones you fought at Yester Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at this point, we haven't had our grand schism yet.
Yeah, there's no schism yet.
Okay. Yeah, because wasn't the ones with the schism was, of course, the people that are involved with, of course, Raven Queen, right?
Yeah, the people who were part of
Mardykovs.
Yeah, the Mardykovs were some of the druids that the forest people that did not.
They rejected Strahd.
Yeah, they rejected Strahd and kept to the Ladies Three.
But also are mixed in with the Raven Queen as well.
Yes. The Mardykovs, you might have forgot this. The Mardykovs mentioned that they believe the Ladies Three were sent by the Raven Queen.
Okay. I don't remember that being mentioned, but, like, I do know that, like, of course, the Ladies Three are important to them, and, they don't worship Strahd like the other druids, and those other druids are wiped out. So.
Yeah, the Mardykovs have a slightly different worship of the Ladies Three. They believe that the Ladies Three were sent by the Raven Queen to be, like, her daughters servants in this area to help, keep the life cycle going in a normal, natural way.
Yeah, and then, of course, Dostrin and his bros showed up and fucked things up.
Yeah, Dostrin showed up. The devil-worshipping Dostrin family showed up, and that fucked up everything. And then Strahd showed up, and everything seemed okay for a while, and then,
And then blood-sucking time.
Yes.
Alright, I did want to ask real quick. At any point would I be questioned about my correspondence, like, with the animals I keep sending out with messages?
What do you mean by ask about the correspondence?
Like, the fact that I'm constantly sending out animals with messages.
You're a druid. They just assume that's normal.
Here's my question for you.
Unless these other people here want to ask about that.
I'm wondering if anyone would point blank ask me about it.
Would you ever write any of these correspondences while in the same room as Ravik?
I would not write them at all. I'd speak the words to the animal, give them some food, and off they go. So, I mean, you would. So it wouldn't be a matter of writing. You would be hearing him speaking to the animal.
Yeah, because Ravik hangs out in the castle study most of the time.
And in turn, a lot of what you hear is just kind of trying to. You see, like, a bit of a divide starting to form between me and my former peoples.
What kind of
a lot, like, my distance from them. A lot of. Oh yeah, I should know. When the animals, like, let me gather my words. Like, every so often, an owl is just going to fly into the study, and it's going to scream at me in a human voice in a language you don't understand, and then I'm going to yell at the owl in that same language, and then the owl will leave. That's kind of how Animal Messenger works.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
like, let me post it for you. It basically just replays what you said.
The owl flies and starts speaking Hungarian.
Yes, more like Celtic, I guess. But yeah, you're basically just seeing an owl fly in, scream at me in Celtic. I scream at it back in Celtic, and then the owl fucks off after I give it bread. So you know I'm arguing. Like, so as far as you're aware, I'm just arguing with
bread.
fucking
You don't even give him like a rodent. Damn.
it's a morsel of food. But yes. So I assume you don't know Druidic, so as far as you're aware, I'm just arguing with birds.
Arguing with birds, amazing.
Insane old man yells
Unless
at
questions.
birds.
Yes, it's a old man yells at birds. But yes, unless if questions. I mean, would you ever question him, or would you just roll with it at that point?
No. I'm just here to watch and observe, and I strike when need be.
I will also add on to the Red Lucas stuff that during the routing of Red Lucas and his bandits, that Sergei was able to save Strahd's life from falling off a cliff. So Strahd and Sergei have gone very close since that time.
Okay.
Amazing.
What else?
Because Sergei was like 2 years old when Strahd was first like learning about warfare. He was 15, and then spent
Sergei's
15
a
years
baby.
at war when Sergei was just a small child and didn't even get to meet him hardly. So this is them actually like forming their actual family relationship now.
Yeah, Sergei, little baby, but Sergei seems to be showing up Strahd in some ways. I wonder how this will play out.
Yeah, Strahd is currently in his like 38, 39, almost 40. Sergei is in his early 20s right now.
Yeah, going back to like the present, I'm gonna try to use detect thoughts on Sergei.
We're like this scene right here.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, to remind everyone what's going on in this scene, Sergei is currently arguing with Strahd, with Rahadin and Alec just on standby to make sure this argument doesn't go anywhere. They have not argued in like a month. They had a slight argument with like the first month he was here about how some of the taxes were being conducted, but Strahd told Sergei that he should not question his king about these things, and Sergei shut up about that real quick.
Question about the tech. I just need to double check here. Ooh, okay.
The people of Barovia have been taxed pretty harshly to finish the construction of Castle Ravenloft. And some people have been a little dissatisfied with the increase in taxes.
Too high.
I'm going to.
Strahd basically took the tax slider in Medieval 2 and cranked it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hi.
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 Sorry, Ryan. You wanted to do something?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts on Sergei, and I am gonna dig deeper.
Okay.
So he has to pass a DC16 Wisdom save.
Is this obvious? You casting Detect Thoughts?
I don't.
Because it is a VS and serial. I'm just curious, like how you're going about it.
Well, the way I'm able to do it. Let me just pull up the way I'm able to do it. We'll
I just
there.
actually missed. I have a quick question.
Yes, sir.
So my owl can impose advantage. Can my owl also impose, like, is there a help equivalent for disadvantage?
What do you mean? Like make someone have disadvantage? No.
Okay. No. Damn it. Well, Ryan, I had an ingenious plan of if that was a thing. It's like, hey, can my owl like kind of break its focus for a sec so you can dig into the line?
Ryan, if you're using the telepathic that you get from, if you're using the telepathic feature for detect thoughts, you there's no components to it, so you can just do it. You don't say anything when you do it.
Okay.
I thought it did require vocal.
It does. Normally it does, but due to the feat, it says there are no components required.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, he has the feat telepathic, which allows you to cast detect thoughts, requiring no spell slot or components, and you must finish a long rest before you can cast it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see that I'm staring at Sergei. So.
But you do that a lot, though. So.
Yeah. I just thought components was like just the copper piece.
Oh no, component, because everything is a component.
Okay.
There are verbal components, semantic components. And
Gotcha.
What's the DC, Ryan?
Nope.
16.
Just making sure.
He fails.
Alright, then I guess give me whatever you think. What he's thinking right now, plus his deeper thoughts.
Sergei is currently thinking. So, has anyone actually been listening to this argument? You guys have been off, kind of just minding your own business while this argument's been going on.
I mean, I'm watching intently.
Yeah, I figured you were
passively observing.
Travis pretending to be one of the people standing guard to prevent problems.
Sergei's been mentioning something about a girl.
Mm-hmm.
and how he wants to invite her to the castle, and Strahd has been very adamant about how this is a no, that he met her in the village of Barovia, but Strahd thinks she's just some common whore that he wants to invite, that like he got his whistle wet and wants to bring this whore that he met up to the castle.
Oh, Strahd's in for a surprise.
What's Sergei thinking about that?
Sergei thinks Strahd is being very stupid about this. That he's not even met the woman. That she is a very kind and diligent woman who helped him. And he's thinking about the memory of it that they actually spent at a charity together, feeding people some broth together. That due to the harsh taxes, a soup kitchen has opened up in Barovia, and she and him took part in that together. Do
I hear any thoughts?
With the digging deeper, you can definitely tell that Sergei has some slight feelings, at least at this moment. At least wants to be friends with this woman.
But he's not thinking like, oh, I should hit my brother, or like my
no. He's just like, come on, like, please, just like come to my understanding just for a moment. He's just,
bro,
gotcha.
Just this once.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because he's very, like, when Strahd says no, Sergei does not argue. He's never argued with Strahd on a lot of things. He usually just goes with what Strahd says. But this is the one time where he is being very adamant for once, and it's very different than what he usually does.
But there's nothing there Hravik can necessarily use, and there's nothing there that Hravik feels he needs to tell Strahd about, so he's just gonna stay silent.
Okay. Would anyone like to interrupt the argument?
No.
It's not really our place, I don't think.
Yeah, no, I want to watch and see how it plays out.
Okay. The argument goes on for another couple of minutes before Strahd eventually raises his hands up. Very well. Sergei, I will allow you one night to bring this woman to Castle Ravenloft. If she is not well dressed, trimmed, and taken care of when she arrives here, she will be sent back down the hill and she will walk the way she came. I do not want Castle Ravenloft to be defiled with common whores. Am I clear? Yes, but of course. Please, she is no common whore. She is just a very kind woman. When you get to meet her, I'm sure you will enjoy her as much as I do. And Strahd just scoffs. And then with that, Sergei then runs off. Strahd then turns to Alec. He gets his whistle wet, and for one moment, all he wants to do is talk about this girl. Alec just scoffs. And you weren't the same with your first? No. There's just some common wench I met while on ward, and when I moved on, I had a duty to perform. And he needs to remember that he has a duty as well. He is to become the new High Priest of the Morning Lord here in Barovia. He must remember that. Perhaps I should call Markovia to speak with him, to remind him of his duties.
Wait, what was that?
He said, perhaps I should contact Markovia to remind him of his duties. A woman by the name of Alexandria Markovia has established an abbey on the other side of the valley, near the village. She already had established this before Kresk was renamed. It was called Redford eventually.
Okay.
But when Strahd forces came in, they took over the village, and so long as the abbey was left untouched, Markovia didn't cause a fuss about it. She has become the main religious focus for all Morning Lord people since Andril died. And many people go to the abbey seeking refuge from any sort of things like plagues, homelessness, whatever. And she always takes anyone in, no matter what, no questions asked.
Gotcha.
Strahd has actually met Markovia once. when when you guys were wrapping up some of the pocket forces of Red Lucas, you actually were staying at Kresk and at the Abbey during the winter due to resources, and you had to spend the winter with her at the Abbey and in Kresk, and they have to spend some time with each other over the last couple months.
I just want to bring something up real quick. Wait, do you guys think we should just try to do the bandit thing to give us like a more organic way of trying to form some camaraderie here? It was like I'm just skipping forward 4 months. It's a little tough.
I don't have it ready, so that's the problem. You guys told me you didn't want to do interval. I keep saying I want to say interval. Olympus brain. I didn't prep any interval chapters because you guys didn't tell me you wanted to do interval chapters, so I didn't get them ready.
Oh. Fuck.
Okay.
They are saved for
Well, a lack of a player.
a lack of a player thing. Yeah.
Right. Alright.
Okay.
Hopefully we can retroactively get something going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially because I didn't really get to do much at the thing. Because no one really approached me.
Try to put yourself out there a bit. Maybe.
Well, do you have any ideas of what you have done the last 4 months?
I did mention that Ed's character probably wouldn't like mine after fighting with him because of his goals.
Yeah, because first on my moral, second, you're kind of a douchebag.
Yeah.
pretty much the trifecta of intelligence are assholes.
Yeah. I'm kind of a dick, and also every time you fight with me, you see a lot. You go, oh yeah, there's the energy of death.
There's death right there.
The
Everyone
antithesis of everything I worship.
Everyone in this party, I'm kind of a dick.
A little
Yeah.
bit, yeah.
Yeah. I'm a creep. I like watching people.
Yeah, anything you would have done in the last 4 months, maybe? Kind of topic we could try to bring up. Discuss the woods, maybe.
Yeah. Feel free to establish some ideas that your characters would have done in these last 4 months.
Could I have tried to acquire better armor?
Yeah, sure. You can get anything that's not magical.
Plate? Here we go.
Sure.
I think I've already got started over.
Probably in the last couple of months, if anyone was passing by, just any open areas, she'd probably just be training.
After several weeks of just passing by and seeing you doing that one scene from Berserk 97 where you're swinging a sword covered in logs in the middle of a fucking castle field.
Oh yeah, no, she'd definitely chop some wood.
Would you like a sparring partner? Something a little bit more organic, maybe?
Are you suggesting yourself?
No, absolutely not. You tear me in half. I was suggesting, one of my servants, creature of the Fae. A dance with one of my patron's children.
How confident are you in their strength?
I'm confident in their tricksiness.
Alright, I suppose that could be interesting if you want to give that a try.
And with that, I would let you swing with a Fae. As I keep saying, dance with a Fae. And does your character have any experience fighting with Fae? Is there anything I could observe from the fight of, Any adaptability, or are you used to doing anything but brute force, that kind of thing? Is there any tact to your methods?
With her fighting, you would probably notice how she seems quick to basically, like, look up and down who she's facing off, or, well, what do you have her fighting? Or fighting, what do you summon?
I summon a face spirit, which, I mean, flavor shit aside, it's something that Misty steps every single turn, can either attempt to charm you every turn, or hit or cover you in magical darkness every turn. So it's something very skittish, that's constantly, like, avoiding you, getting a cheeky stab, and then teleporting away.
I see. Okay, so she would... Essentially, after seeing how it's something that's trying not to stick in one place for too long, you notice her starting to look at how it's moving, trying to figure out some way to catch it before it gets to where it's trying to get.
Kind of enthused by your adaptability here. I mean, he'll let you beat into a bloody pulp, he doesn't care. He'll only call it off if it nearly kills you, which I doubt it will.
Yeah, no, I doubt it. But,
Have you ever fought with a Fae before?
not that I really recall.
I mean,
At least nothing like that.
they're troublesome things, and I'm very glad they're on my side for the most part. You know those little sprites, the pixies? They turn you into a goat, as if it was nothing.
Oh, that's good to know. Something I should avoid in the future then if I have to fight any more Fae.
Yeah, so if you see something small with wings fluttering towards you, kill it first. Because it may not be able to even lay a scratch on you. But there's not much you can do if you suddenly find yourself in the skin of a Hulk.
I appreciate the advice.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, your job is to hunt, you should know the woods, right?
That's
And these
true.
woods are... And the woods are my home. I mean, you do seem familiar. Like, I got some... Do you ever have dealings with the forest folk? Or do they ever bother you, that kind of thing?
Definitely bothered me a few times if I was encroaching on their territory, though they usually weren't too keen to confront me directly.
Well, I'm the only outsider they've gleefully... Well, I mean, even saying they gleefully took me in would be an overstatement. But should you ever find yourself in those woods again, just tell them you're a friend of mine. They'll likely bother you less. And I know you are a reasonable person. I would have done the same because, I mean, at a glance, I will say at a glance, you do seem not too different from the troublemakers that try to poach deer from our woods.
Well, I will admit that I do, occasionally, in these forests, but I try not to take more than I really need. Besides, anything more is a waste.
Well, had I known that, I would have given you clear passage already. So maybe you
I
already
appreciate
eaten
the
today?
gesture.
Have you eaten today?
Not yet, but I should soon.
And just from nowhere, he flicks a berry into your hands.
Oh, is this one of your druid berries?
It's a gift from the woods. Should feed you for the day.
Thank you. This should help in keeping my strength up for the rest of my training today.
And should you want to dance with the Fae again, simply ask.
I'll be sure to ask in the future.
And I will, with that in mind, he will once have his hand pick up his books and bag and be on. So I guess at least there's two sensible people in this court that give me the damn time of day. Assholes. He's never going to let it go.
You hear a voice in your head.
Even if he's washed and given a fancy new cloak of a courtier, he's not going to let it go.
You hear a voice in your head go, well, you could always use another bath.
Yeah, no, she sees this fucking, like, dirty and disheveled man, and she doesn't care, because that's just how she's, like... She looks about just as bad half the time when she's left in the forest, camping out whenever she's not, like, with society.
Yeah. So, I mean, in terms of roughing it, I think we're the only two people who get it, who get it and appreciate it. Because Hravik gets it, I don't think he likes that he gets it.
He gets it begrudgingly.
You know, Hravik, can I communicate back when I get a telepathic message?
Not when I do it. Mine's one way, sadly.
And, do I have an idea of, like, what direction you're coming from? Or, like, I guess I'm going to, like, swirl my head around. You say, like, I catch you looking at me smugly from a window or something?
Yeah, I do kind of, like, self-rule that I have to have line of sight, so... I'm somewhere around you.
And you get a glare back, a smiling glare back, hoping that you remember that he can cast Tidal Wave and give you a bath right back.
No shit. That's a serious threat.
You want a bath? I'll give you one, you furry bastard.
Me stretching my giraffe arms all the way across the courtyard to smack you for it.
Alright. Yeah, there you go. Some sufficient introductions. Yeah, I guess we can return back to this. You think that's good, Andy? You got a little bit of meat to chew on.
Yeah, a little bit.
You can make more
That
meat.
was very
Oh,
good.
Keep growing.
I'm not really sure where else to go.
I think that's good for the time being.
Okay.
Friends with
Oh,
the
and
weirdos. Friends
yeah,
with the
and since
people who don't understand. Friends with the people who aren't born to high society.
And since it wasn't mentioned before, her name is Cielo.
Okay. We fast forward to the next. The mist begins to envelop your vision once more, and we are on the next day. It's the next night. Strahd has decided to organize a dinner party with. But actually, hold on. Before that, this one I actually had to do.
Let's just hope no one declares war at this dinner party.
Yeah.
The druids aren't pissed enough yet.
Yep.
Hold on. That night, actually, you've all been called to Strahd's chamber. Everyone within his closest circle, including Alec and Rahadin. I have gold. You can move yourselves to be seated wherever you want to sit. Doesn't matter. Standing in his study, Strahd extinguishes the fire in his fireplace and looks to you all. I have called you all here because I am in need of trusted advisors and friends. With that, he pulls out a dagger. You serve me as servants, but I want you all to serve me as something greater than that. I wish for us all to make a pact, here and now. We will be always there to support one another, and to ensure that we have sworn an oath that will never be broken.
Ooh.
How do you intend to solidify this oath, sire?
With blood. And with that, he takes the blade and he cuts his hand.
is he looking?
What?
How's he looking? Like, I've been standing by his side for years. How's he looking in the recent
Like
months?
failing health, that kind of thing, I assume is what you're looking for.
Yeah, like failing health. Does he look different?
There's a couple gray hairs in some of his hair, but that's about it. Nothing much.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay.
But with the
Damn,
Belversi attack,
late 30s, gray hair. No one.
with
no
the
one's
Belversi
gonna
attack
want
at the end of the war, and potential assassins in every corner, he wants to ensure he has essentially a King's Guard or a personal set of people that will always be bound to him, and then he'll be bound to them.
Well, I'll reach first. I'll cut my hand.
This oath
Fine.
will require you to defend your king from harm and threat. Obey your king's commands. Keep your king's secrets. Counsel the king when requested. Serve the king's pleasure. Defend the king's name and honor. And, when directed, provide protection to family members. And in return, I will do all the same to you.
So business as usual for me.
Indeed, Haravik.
Oh.
And with that, he holds his hand out. He hands you the blade.
It's fine. I can reach it from here.
You can't reach it. So you cut your hand and shake his hand.
Yep, I do.
All right. You're gonna have to do that with everyone else in the room after they cut their hands too.
Have fun. We're all gonna get.
I'd
Oh,
like
it's a
to
joke.
hop in here after Gravik does his, and kind of just a pair of spectral hands kind of beckons for the knife. Do you hand it off, Ryan?
Oh yeah.
And it brings the hands over to mine and kind of hovers over my my palm. My hand is out, my palm facing up, and the knife is pressed against but not cutting. Sire, may I ask a question?
Your grace,
Si-
but yes.
Oh, sorry. I know that difference by now. Your grace. Do you have a moment for a question?
Of course.
Would the protection of family, would that apply to my people? I don't really have a specific family per se, but I have people that I consider that.
If you have someone that you wish to bring to the castle that you believe requires protection, I will extend the protection to them. I cannot provide protection to an entire group of people. I have signed a pact with your forest people many years ago. The pact remains intact so long as they continue to abide by it.
Understood, sir.
But if you have someone you personally know, a friend, a family member that you wish to bring here, and you swear this oath to me, they will forever be in my protection.
Well, you should know quite well by now. My knowledge is yours, and will continue to be. You treated me well. And I'm going to let the familiar just cut across my palm.
With that, Rahadin will take the blade from your unseen familiar.
Can I just kind of let the hand float over to him so he doesn't have to get up?
He's been standing there, so
Yeah. So does he kind of signal that he wants to be next?
yes. When you bring it to him, he takes it. I am like your brother, Strahd. Your father took me in when the king of the Dusk Elves refused to go to war. I crushed your enemies. I continue to aid you, and I will continue to obey you and your command till the day I die. Your family has given me more than I could ever ask for, and I have a debt that I must repay for eternity. And with that, he cuts his hand and then hands it to Alec. Strahd, you and your friends here have been there since this war started, and some of them might have been here a little bit afterwards. I don't have any family left. My brother died not too long ago. And while Godfrey might be gone, I have a new family. One that I will always be there for, no matter what. And then she cuts her hand. Anyone else want to take the dagger?
Yeah, I'll go next.
Okay.
Can't say I plan on having any family, but ah. It's been an honor serving you so far, and I aim to continue to do so. And I'll slice my hand.
Okay. Then I'll be the one to take it. Trust is important so much as any sort of oath or promise. That is one of the reasons why I'm here, and why, of course, some of my family is dead. So to trust in keeping of any oath and promise, and I of course cut my hand.
Alright. CL will also take the dagger. Though I've not ever known to have a family as far as I'm aware, I can at least put my trust in your strength and your will to go on. And she cuts her hand.
And with that, everyone goes around the room, clasping hands just for a moment, just to bind the pact. Once that's complete, Strahd then takes the dagger. From this day forth, he then takes the dagger and he takes a little, I don't know what you call those, like, glass, like, it caps things, he has a little, like, on the holder, puts a little, like, glass.
You mean like a weird just display or something like that?
Like a glass cover, like, for, like, it's like a kind of like it's kind of round. It has like a little thing at the top that you can, like, pull up on it to, like, remove it from.
Oh,
the dome thing.
You know, like the Rose in Beauty and the Beast that has like that glass cover.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's literally just called a glass cover.
Yeah.
I thought it had a specific name. But he has one of those. He
Okay.
puts the dagger in that, so that forever this dagger that bound you all together will be on his desk.
I think we just made a magic-y pact that we're gonna regret, or not.
Or we've also made a magic-y pact that will fuck over Strahd too. Because
There's no mention
this
of
is
it. This is just a.
this goes both ways to this whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, this goes both ways. So, like, you know, he could do something to us that, like, would break that, and we could do something to him that breaks that. So, like, you know.
Now, my first direction I would ask is that you extend this protection from me to my brother Sergei.
Well, family is a part of that, right?
I have come to love the boy. He is impulsive, foolish at times, but I have come to enjoy his company, and I love him quite so. I simply hope this woman that he wishes to bring to the castle tomorrow will not cause more riffles between us.
I doubt one woman would cause that much of a rift, right?
And with that, the mist begins to fade into your vision.
We'll be right back.
Let me just grab this GIF, it might be relevant soon.
Oh no.
All right.
Also, Miss Intervallo is a real word, it just means halftime.
Yeah, I figured. I'm referring to more of a book. I thought interval chapters were like a real thing. So yeah. With the mist fading, you guys find yourselves at a large dinner table. 3 enormous crystal chandeliers brilliantly illuminate a magnificent feast hall. Pillars of stone stand against dull white marble walls supporting the ceiling. At the center of the far west wall, between floor-to-ceiling mirrors, brass pipes climb the stone-like grapevines. They extend upward from the wooden base in an expansive pipe organ. The grand fireplace set into the southern wall blankets the room in a honey warmth. You are seated in the center of the room at a chestnut refectory table, draped with a white stained tablecloth. The table is laden with an assortment of delectable foods, roasted beasts basted in a savory sauce, roots and herbs from distant lands, and sweet fruits and fresh vegetables from all sizes and colors. And as the last of the mist begins to fade away from this vision, you suddenly hear the voice of Strahd echo throughout. Then...
Mist?
Yes.
This is a real quick, like, a flavor thing for this scene, if you don't mind me hopping it real quick. Knowing that I was going to a dinner, I would have cast Detect Poison and Disease beforehand. Would I detect anything in the hall?
None.
Okay, cool. Carry on. Sorry.
Rahadun would have done that, would have asked you to do that, even without you doing it before that. So
okay.
He would have walked in on you doing it, and he's like, have you casted to see if there was poison in the food?
Yes, of course. I'm in the process of doing so.
Excellent.
Just say also with my spell list, I can also just do that also.
Oh, okay.
3 people are just like two people just like
I
We're all
am a paladin, so.
looking for poison.
We're patrolling. Yeah, we're all patrolling the kitchen.
It's a whole forensic team.
But yeah, as the mist and this finally, like the last remnants of the mist begin to fade from this room, you hear Strahd's voice echo through your minds. Like, not these characters, but like, you know, the main characters. Then, all of my despairing thoughts fell away like dead leaves. She was, without doubt, the most beautiful person I'd ever seen. Finding yourselves at the table, places are set for each of you and 6 other guests with delicate porcelain and silver. Set near each plate is a crystal goblet filled with amber liquid emanating a delicate, tantalizing fragrance. In this room, there are several guests. Your host, Strahd, as you know. To his right, we have Patrina Velikovna. She is the matriarch of the Dusk Elf clan that has settled here in Barovia. She has come to present herself to Strahd and to negotiate more with her people.
Oh, that's a unique thing, because as far as what we saw from the Dusk Elves, and of course in present day, they're only dudes.
Yes, there are. Across from her is Rahadin, a fellow Dusk Elf. Situated next to Rahadin is Sergei. Across from Sergei is the woman that he spoke quite about. A woman by the name of Tatiana, a common woman from the village of Barovia, who has spent most of her time helping the common folk out with these tax prices like they are. She befriended Sergei, as he mentioned, while working together, and has come here to and is trying her best to fit in with these upper-class individuals. Next to her is Ionia Devonia, the priestess of Castle Ravenloft, as you know. And then the rest of you, and then Alec Willem.
Does she seem familiar to me at all?
Oh, Tatiana?
Yes.
She looks kind of familiar, but you can't quite put your finger on it. The woman is an adult, but she does look like someone you met in the past at one point. Throughout the beginning of the dinner, she does actually, her eyes do meet yours a couple of times before she moves her eyes away from after they lock a few times. So, as the dinner is getting underway, we are currently in the first course. What is everyone talking about? Strahd is currently asking Tatiana about life in the village of Barovia. Ionia is sitting there quietly listening. Sergei is somewhat trying to answer Strahd's question for Tatiana, but Strahd is telling him to be silent and let the woman answer for herself, while Patrina is trying to speak but keeps getting spoken over, because Rahadin keeps telling her to be quiet and let the Lord finish his question.
Already very uncomfortable.
This dinner is very awkward.
Okay, I need to find like one thing and like just because this is all I can see, like what Haravik's doing like right now. Here we go. Here's what Haravik's doing right now.
Oh,
Oh.
this one, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I just saw the thumbnail, I immediately knew what this was.
Yep.
Yep. I was trying to find it. I'm like, yep, nope, this is exactly what he's doing right now.
I wholeheartedly agree with you.
You haven't gotten that meat yet, it's still a first course.
Listen, anything in front of Haravik's getting just demolished. There's no mercy for food in front of his plate.
So nice question. Could I use shape water to kind of like just fuck with my drink, basically?
Ooh.
Yes, you could. You could
Pretty-
do little tricks with your wine.
Right. So it's just in between snacking and food, trying to. And all this time, Magyar has clearly never. Sorry. To continue his rough
Yeah,
introduction.
Magyar, Strahd would have actually ordered that you get groomed for this, and you would have actually had servants that would have trimmed your beard, bathed you, and ensured that you were well kept for this, including you. In addition to you, Celio.
I should specify, bathing did become
Yeah.
a regular thing. You fucking dicks.
Are you
Celio,
sure?
you've
Yes.
also been put into a dress. I don't know how frequently you've worn those, but you were. Rahadin insisted that you wear a dress for this. You and Alec.
Barely at all.
You and Al. I don't know how comfortable you are with those, but Alec is wearing a dress and she is very much hating it.
Oh yeah, no, she definitely is not happy about it. At the very least, she'd also try and like wear a shawl if she can, because she doesn't have the comfort of the weight of her pelt.
Yeah.
Yeah, Magyar is off in the corner, having never really involved himself in court politics. He avoids that shit like the plague and still does. So he's off in the corner just playing with his drink, trying to disassociate from the other side of the table.
Yellow is just chowing down on her meal, or the main first course rather.
I am eating and listening intently to every conversation.
Ravik, are you just eating and not talking?
He just doesn't have time to talk. He's got too many shoving stuff into his mouth.
All right, Zerum.
If someone wants to initiate conversation with him, he's down for it. But Hravik be eating.
Yeah, I'll just be eating and probably making like polite small talk with people around me, but nothing like major, like in depth.
I'm just trying to talk over a bit make it so that the awkward mess in the corner isn't the only conversation happening, basically.
Yeah, you guys can.
Yeah,
You also
but-
can ask questions to any NPC you want, or to each other.
So Sergey is the person across from me, right? He's supposed to be my holy man.
Yes, he's over here.
Yeah, Sergey is
He's
there.
near the. You would have to like lean over a
he's
little
next
bit,
to
like
me.
pass someone to speak with him.
And there's his girlfriend right there.
Oh, I can't yell across the table. That would be really rude.
Well, it's not 50. It's not actually 15 feet. The table's not.
Yes. I mean, yes, but it's where I don't want to yell over two people.
I mean, two people are going to listen to the conversation anyway.
Yeah, well, to be fair, you wouldn't really be yelling. You would just like kind of lean forward a little and be like, "Ah, so Sergey."
Yeah,
Like,
you would just like kind
You're
of
close
like,
enough to just speak.
Yeah, if you ever sit at like
It's
a
just
large table like
slightly awkward.
with a bunch of people, you just kind of like lean forward, or you could even lean back if you wanted to speak behind Surum and Sasha's behind them instead of in front of them. You could do that as well.
Yeah, like,
After-
it wouldn't be rude to speak past us.
Okay. So
Like,
after
you
some
don't need to
time,
worry about that.
thank you, Azov.
No problem.
After some time futzing with his drink, he eventually leans back to her. Sergey.
Oh, he sees he finishes up a thought that he was a little joke he was telling Tatiana. Oh, yes, sir. Margir, how can I help you?
I was wondering a bit about why you've been learning to become a holy man. I was raised one myself, but clearly I took a different path in life.
Well, in the Zarovich family, it is tradition for the first 3 sons to take on a role. The firstborn son is to be groomed to be an heir and take up that of warfare. The second son is always meant to be the one to support the first. He is there to act as a castellan, learning numbers and math. Always there to support him as a regent or as steward. The third son is to take the cloth, enjoying and become the first brother's advisor on religious activities and the people around him. It is now my duty to become a son of the Morning Lord. I have traveled around the many areas. I met Andro once, before he perished, Saint Andro himself. He taught me quite a bit. I have met with Markovia a few times as well.
That's a... Maybe the actual...
How controversial.
I suppose the part that I'm wondering then is, what are the magical studies like in your sort of learning?
Well, I'm not really trained in the acts of combat with magic, but I am well versed with swordplay. My father ensured of that when I was young. Now, of course, I didn't have Havik there to teach me, as he looks over to Havik, but I was taught by some manner of the cloth to at least defend others, and taught defensive positioning for protecting others. As for the magic, my magic is mostly entirely support and helping of others.
That's it? Alright. Thank you.
Now, I do know a few combat spells here and there, but I am more concerned about saving others and healing them than taking lives.
Similar to myself, then. My servants handle most of the dirty work, shall we say.
It's at this point that Ionia speaks up. Now, of course, Sergei, you still have some more work to be done. You've only learned the very basics. It will take some time before you become a true master of the Morning Lord. Of course, sister, of course.
That's the end of my tangent.
Yeah, Ionia is a Dawn Lord, which is the 3rd highest rank within the Church of the Morning Lord.
Okay.
Well, Angelo was a Dawn Master, which was the highest rank.
Oh man. Peak Sunbro. You know what? I am going to ask Tatiana, what's her story?
Oh, me?
Yes, you. What's your story?
Oh, well, I'm no one really. I was just born in the village of Barovia to
Oh, don't be modest and humble. There has to be something interesting.
Well, my father was an architect. He actually helped refurbish this castle quite a bit. My mother perished when during the war. And my brother, Lucas, he went missing during the war as well. I haven't really done much. I've mostly just... I always wanted to help people growing up, and now that I'm older, I can finally go out and do that. I help the sick, the orphans that I can find, and help feed the homeless. And then suddenly Strahd speaks up, "A most noble and worthy endeavor, my dear. The world is a better place with those acts of yours." Thank you, my lord. Your words mean many great things.
So what happened to your brother then? Just vanished?
Yes. Though some people believe that my brother was the fabled Red Lucas that was rampaging throughout the country not too long ago, but I'm not so sure about that one. She seems to kind of be trailing off a little bit, just kind of trying to find her wording. Sergei then speaks up. My dear, it's alright, do not worry. I'm sure that Red Lucas fellow was some dastardly villain from outside this valley. I'm sure your brother is somewhere out there living the best life he possibly can and helping as many people as possible.
Just trying to think here in terms of like because of course we haven't done that interlude, but like we have the context that we did do it. Like does like at least with my like perception skills and my like just
Red Lucas
kind of my people skills. Do they have any sort of resemblance in any way, shape, or form, or like was there anything weird or unique about like Red Lucas? Other than like him having like green scales or whatever.
Red Lucas did not have the green scales. That was someone under him that had that.
Oh, someone under him. Okay, gotcha.
I will show you. I'll give you his token so you can have an idea what he looks like visually.
Okay, gotcha.
Actually, I think I have it on the Roll20 already. Let me pull him up.
Yeah, because that will add a little bit of like context at least for me, because this is supposed to be like after we did that stuff, so.
Yep, there he is. His hair was silver. He had a ruby in his left eye, which is where the red in his title came from. Of course, with all the burning and pillaging that he also did as well.
Yeah.
His facially, with your insight, he had some resemblances to what you're seeing with Tatiana, but it's possible he might not have been directly related. Perhaps he was a cousin or something different. But there definitely seems to possibly have been some blood relation, maybe distant. You can't quite say for sure without having really gotten to know him more.
Okay. Okay. I'll of course, leave the conversation at that then.
Alright, does anyone else have anything they want to say as we move into the second course?
Not at this time.
Okay. On the other side of the table, Patrina tries to compliment Strahd many times, but Rahadin keeps interrupting her every possible chance she gets. For some reason, Rahadin's very hostile with her, and petty for some odd reason. You've never seen Rahadin like this before.
Okay, is it just, of course, just sheer pettiness and whatnot?
Well, he just keeps stopping her and being like either asking Strahd a question or just dismissing her questions altogether. You've never seen Rahadin speak up like this without being directly spoken to.
Could I insight to get like the thing of both of them?
What are you looking for?
I guess I'm more or less trying to see like what's her name? Petroka? Or
Patrina.
Or not Patrina, there we go, yeah. Just more or less to see how she's reacting towards all that. Because I want to see how like she's really acting towards Rahadin's like constant like interrupting in his actual like bad manners.
He even mocks her a few times, or demeans what she said, or what are demeans her in between his like. She all asks like, "Oh my lord, this is a most fine room. Did you do this yourself? Before Rahadin speaks up, like, of course my master did this, you absolute fool.
Hmm.
And goes on, you know. Every time he answers her, he mocks her, demeans her with everything.
I see. Also, God, that's a full roll.
With the 12, Patrina's trying her best to avoid Rahadin's judgments. And seems to be trying to gain Strahd's attention any way she can.
Okay.
I'd like to insight on just any, like, maybe body language with Rahadin, like, that might lend to what has him acting like that.
Sure.
Because, like you said, that's very atypical of his normal behavior.
Go ahead and give me a roll. 17?
Yep.
You notice that he keeps tapping his finger when speaking to her. Like she's just wasting his time. Like this is just, like every moment he has to waste breath on her. He's just getting more and more angry.
I hate wasting breast.
Breath.
Pravik says
I
he shoves another chicken breast into his mouth.
So at this point, I've just been listening to him shit on a peasant woman for a while.
Patrina?
Yeah.
She's not a peasant.
Wait, she's not?
No,
You're thinking of
she is the
lady?
matriarch of the Dusk Elf clan.
Oh wait, so wait, is Rodden shitting on the matriarch or the fucking
He's been shitting on he's been shit talking on Patrina here.
Oh, I have it mixed up then. Okay,
Not
then I don't
Tatiana. Tatiana
care. Okay.
is the woman with the red hair.
Okay, then yeah, I don't care. Never mind.
That is the woman that Sergei invited, and Strahd seems to be focused solely on her and asking her questions and whatnot.
Okay.
At one point in the dinner, that Strahd even just casually drops that as a member of the church, Sergei can't. Sergei has to take a vow of non-marriage.
Oh,
Spicy.
how is Strahd looking?
And even
at,
though even though Patrina was brought here by Strahd as his escort, he is not paying her any mind. He's been ignoring her for the most part, while Rahadin handles her.
Oh, this is horrendous.
Yeah, this is the
This is
kind of
possibly one of the
awkward
worst
bad
interviews
dinner
I've
I
been
was
a part.
expecting. I love
Ionia's
bad,
just been sitting here
awkward dinners.
quietly for the most part, just watching this somewhat chaotic dinner.
yeah, Ravik's just a spectator. He's just getting his food on.
Yeah,
This
same
is
with Cielo.
awful.
I'm just-
At
I'm
this
just
point, I've
watching
gone back
my-
to fucking with my wine.
Actually,
note-
here's a. Go ahead.
Oh, I will note, with the way that she's eating, if anyone's looking, she doesn't look accustomed to using cutlery, but she's trying.
I do have a question, Mist.
Okay.
Strahd acting different than normal?
Yes.
How he usually acts?
He is smiling more frequent than you've ever seen him smile in the last several years you've known him.
Smiling at anyone specific?
Tatiana. Like, he would smile every now and again with Sergei. And when Sturm and him came to visit, he would also smile a few times. But this man is, like, the most bright and upbeat you've seen him in years,
And Tatiana's making him that way?
from what you can tell.
And Sergei brought Tatiana?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I have a telepathic message to send to Strahd.
Okay.
You know, Your Grace, you're the king. If you want her, Sergei wouldn't stand a chance.
Oh my god.
You say that, and he just looks to you. Like, he stops talking to Tatiana and Sergei. Just looks to you for a moment, glares, and resumes where he left off at.
Okay, I'm gonna go deeper into my food. I'm gonna shut up.
You should not try to be the devil on his shoulder.
The devil doesn't want my opinion,
Ooh,
apparently.
fuck.
I'm no longer comfortable with the energy we've created in the studio.
Alright, I'm gonna shut up.
It's at the point that as the second course is wrapping up, suddenly Sergei then notices that he's like, "Oh, excuse me. Now the second course is over, I promised Tatiana I would get her back to the village in time before it gets too dark." And with that, Sergei begins to stand up, and so does Tatiana. And Strahd simply just raises his right hand. "No, why must she go so soon? I insist. Let Tatiana stay here as a guest of the castle. I will have a room drawn up for her immediately." "Oh, my lord, that is most kind of you, but I must get home. My father must be worried about me." And then Petrina then speaks up. "Yes, my lord, she must get home to her father. Let her go home." Rahad then speaks up. "My lord, it is dangerous going down that road. Sergei, you must let her stay the night." And this kind of like goes back and forth a couple more times before. Oh, go ahead.
My Prince Sergei, you can't leave just yet. You haven't regaled the story of how you defeated the mighty Stone Step in battle. Just stay a little longer.
I thought you were gonna say, "Sergei, you can't leave yet. We haven't had dessert."
Amos?
Yes.
During the bantering back and forth, like, Strahd would know at this point, I could just send an owl to inform her dad very easily.
He actually, like, if you like look to him, he'll look to you. Do you suggest that, or do you just look at him?
He would know that I can just do that at this point.
Yeah. Strahd then says, "Magyar, please send a aloe to Tatiana's father that she will not be returning tonight. She will be staying as a guest at the castle."
Understood, sir.
She will return to her father in the morning once she has taken the time to rest well.
One moment.
This also gives your character an excuse to fucking leave the dining situation.
Yes, exactly. So I'm after he finishes that, I'm going to signal I'm going to give the owl a piece of food and signal to go over to him while I chant. Please repeat your message, my lord.
"My fair sir, please be aware that your daughter will be staying the night here at Castle Ravenloft. She will return in the morning." I don't know if that was under 25 or not.
Don't worry about it.
Gets the message. Squawk, 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 squawk.
As soon as you also stand up, Alec stands up. Alec Williams stands up. "Yeah, let me take Magyar to up to the roost so he can get that owl sent out." And as you two like walk out of the room to the hallway, she just starts going. You see her just like rip her dress off. Finally.
Sorry, how thick is the store?
This was driving me nuts.
How thick is the store, Mist?
It's a decently thick door.
Okay, so just Magyar, assuming he's in the clear, let's have an aggravated sigh.
You know, like, you guys have like gone down the hallway before this happens.
Oh my God. There's a reason why I avoid the court like the plague. It's always bickering.
The situation with Red Lucas. That was fun. This is worse than that. I'd rather fight 4 Red Lucas than deal with that dinner again.
Well, I'm glad I helped you get
I'd rather fight a green dragon by myself than deal with that again.
Please. The fucking... Sorry. What's a thing here? That scaled mongrel. Always keeping attitude when I spoke to her.
What a crazy night.
So,
I assume you know the way, Magyar. I'm going to my room to get changed and go to bed.
I assume people know at this point that I've interacted with the Green Dragon before.
Not everyone knows now.
Does she know?
Unless you wanted to like let the inner circle know, because you're part of the pack now.
Right. So I assume she. I mean, I wouldn't bring it up unprompted unless outside of this case, where it's like, just please, that scaled mongrel always gave me attitude.
Really?
Yes.
Have you told our lord that?
He is aware. Despite my position as an elder, the people go against me. On this point, at least.
Well, I hope you have no issues with us killing the dragon if it comes to that.
No, not particularly. The deal my people had with her always felt quite unfair. Food and drink and whatever treasures we can offer for protection. When we had to go and patrol the woods ourselves and keep up the bandits. Two-faced bitch.
Alec,
Never told me a thing either. All those secrets of the land and not a word, no matter how much I offered her.
Alec just chuckles. Well, then you have no issues with me slaying the beast then. That's good. I need to have a dragon kill to my name. I didn't get to kill Argynvost.
Do you want help?
I mean, you're gonna be there. I assume when we find the beast, you're gonna help us find it.
I'd hope so.
We're gonna need someone to chart a path through the land.
That would be my place. Regardless, you seem exhausted, and frankly, I'm tired of common in my ears, with all due respect.
I need to get out of this. She points to like the torn dress because she need to stretch her legs out.
Yeah. With all due respect, I'm tired of common in my ears. Have a lovely night.
All right. Does anyone else have anything else in the dinner scene that they want to do before the dinner?
Yeah, I kind of just had an idea.
Okay.
I want to
So
go grab a
Sergey's-
snack, by the way.
Sergey's being all insistent that he has to take Tatiana home. I'm gonna psychically cause his drink to tip over into his lap.
Okay. It just spills right there on his lap. Ah. Oh goodness.
Oh my prince, how are you going to take Tatiana home when you're covered in wine?
Rahadin looks to you for a moment, then looks to Sergey. Pravik is right. You'll catch a cold with that wetness along your body. You must dry. In the morning, you can have a fresh, dry pair of clothing to take her down in. Yes, I suppose that would be the smart choice. He just kind of like starts wiping himself off. Blasted.
I would assume that, like, you know, given the oaths and all this kind of the oaths and the.
You should know
back
I'm
on-
psychic by now.
Yeah, we fought
yeah,
together
you know,
so often.
we fought together for so often. There's also the stuff with like the pact and whatnot that like we all kind of know what we're all kind of about to some degree, and
Yeah.
You know what I'm all about.
and that, yeah, exactly. And I kind of just like I kind of get like a peculiar like look about that. So
I'll raise my eyebrow, but then I'll just take a sip of my own drink.
yeah.
I like to think like you tighten your grip on your cup, just be like, no, don't tip my cup over now.
Yeah.
Alright, does anyone else have anything else they want to add to the dinner scene? A?
No, I don't think I have anything personally.
Yeah, no. Cielo is mostly trying to ignore a lot of the fucking
Me too.
catfighting, for lack of a better term.
Okay. Alright.
She has absolutely no interest.
I can't wait to ask the rats about what I missed.
Okay. Okay, Makima.
Okay, cheese. That's a joke for Ryan.
Hee hee. Hilarious as a green seer, confirmed.
Alright, as the mist begins to envelop this memory once more, suddenly you hear Strahd's voice echoes throughout your heads once more. It was as if the sun that had favored me had been all along hidden by a cloud. Its brilliant glow now shone in full upon me. on him and him alone. You're suddenly whisked away to the castle courtyard where Strahd walks alongside Tatiana in the soft dusk light. He asks her how she finds her new quarters here and of her satisfaction with the amenities of castle life, now having had her father move in as a architect of the castle now, working here full time. Everything is wonderful, old one. Strahd's eyes momentarily grow wide as if a knife had pierced his chest. The sound of a gentle harp strums over the quiet courtyard, and the mist blinds you.
She called him old.
Damn. Old and busted.
Damn.
It's at this point it goes to a new memory where Strahd has gathered you all with Tatiana at his side. My friends, you know of our oath to each other. I would wish you to extend that oath to Tatiana. Think of her like family. Tatiana, if you will allow it, my inner circle will protect you and give you any assistance that you require, so long as you can do the same to them. Oh, my lord, that is too much. I don't deserve all of this. I insist, please. You spend so much time here at the castle now, having moved in. It's the least I could do. Alex only just gets a nod and just kind of ignores it, really. She doesn't really care who the oath goes towards.
I would say Cielo does much the same, just going along with it.
Sasha's kind of a bit befuddled because hasn't this like when's like the time skip from like the dinner to like now?
It's been a couple weeks.
Couple weeks? Yeah, no, that Sasha's still a bit befuddled because the fact that like it's been like a few
Moving
weeks.
fast.
Yeah, it's moving fast. Like Strahd was calling her like a commoner whore. But then as soon as he sees her in that few weeks later, it's like, oh, welcome to my inner circle with all of my besties.
Bravik's actually not happy about this either. It was really easy for him to make that oath to protect Strahd, but now he's supposed to like stake his life, and everyone else is on some strumpet from the village.
Yeah, like Sasha's very befuddled about this whole thing. She doesn't really like she's very befuddled and doesn't like the thing of like basically Strahd is like actually like kind of inviting someone like really like what's it called, like for one, a literally who, and second of all someone that's like, you know, he's only known for like a few weeks now at this point. It's too fast, and that can be a compromise of like just any form of like security.
You know, I'm gonna speak up.
And also this group, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
speak
see
up.
no issues with the commoner joining in personally.
Where did I just go?
Now
now we're over
says
here.
the dirty homeless man.
Now I'm over here.
Cielo sees no issue because she's more than confident in her own abilities.
Yeah,
And she expects the same of everyone else.
Yeah, Zurum's concerned about how fast this is expanding, but at the same time, like the balance.
Well, you're not
is
supposed to share your
still-
secrets with her, but you're just supposed to just protect
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, but
Mm.
also like the balance of like who Strahd is protecting versus who we're supposed to protect is still heavily leaning in towards like he needs to protect much more people than we do.
Yeah.
So I'm still fine with it.
Yeah.
It's just
Also-
like it's getting a little, it's a little fast, but it's fine.
Also, Miss, I wanted to ask, at any point during this, is it like implied that I'm teaching Strahd about magic in the background?
Yes, he has come to you multiple times wanting to learn how to practice magic, and he's beginning to learn cantrips and the such now.
So you're the fucker.
Yep, I'm the
It
fucker.
was you.
It was you.
Damn, you in the past fingered yourself in the future.
Yeah, exactly. I gave myself the finger of death from beyond time.
Oh
Yeah,
shit! Beyond the time.
I'm not gonna lie, Ed. I bet we're gonna
Belong
find
to
you
me.
we're gonna find like a.
My consciousness is going to be in a fucking ring or some shit.
No, I feel like we're gonna open a coffin and we're gonna find you tied up in there like undead, and like have some flashback of Strahd going, my most noble esteemed teacher, how are you enjoying eternity?
Just screaming, gagged in the coffin.
Chained down.
Basically.
I don't like where your fate's going, but that's up to you, I guess.
Well,
I'm planning to cut this dude's balls to the bitter end.
Well, one thing that I'm picturing though for like the Red Lucas fight, specifically with like the person with the green scales, they have like 200 HP. It's like, damn, this reminds me of someone.
So we didn't have to answer him about protecting Irina. The scene just changed, right?
Oh no, I'm getting ready. The scene's going to change, but yeah, you still have a chance to answer this. It's still in roleplay.
Ravic's
I
like,
will.
but your grace. I thought the point was we were to protect each other, not just.
Sasha also chimes in of like, your grace. Don't you think this is going by a little bit like too fast? We don't really know, like, you know, if things could be going like too fast or not. Like, who knows what could happen?
Are you also blinded by your class that you can't see the potential for talent?
When you say that, Mag,
Have you ever had your family
Tatiana at this
killed?
point has been dismissed. She's not here in this conversation. So
That's good.
You can speak freely for this. When you say that, Magyar, Strahd nods that Magyar sees it right. Tatiana is a wonderful musician. She could potentially even be a court bard. I see no issues with this.
Floor's back to you, Monica. You were trying to say something?
Yeah. I was saying as a rebuttal to you from what you were saying about being blinded by class. I'm not blinded by class. I am blinded by nothing more than deciding to have false trust into trusting someone too fast, and that resulted in, of course, the death of a family during of course, a civil war.
I suppose I understand your concern, but my perspective still stands.
Yes, but maybe your perspective would be different if then, like, half the people in this room would be dead because of a little bit of quickening of trust when it shouldn't have been.
Are you saying... I'm not asking for you to do everything at her command. I'm simply asking you to protect her life when it is threatened. Guard her as if you would guard me.
Whilst I can see the concerns that this circle has been growing exponentially fast, if this is your will, it will be done, my lord.
I share the concerns, but at the end of the day, I will do as you will, your grace.
If it's just protection, then that shouldn't be too much of concern. But what should happen if there is suspicion?
Then we shall assemble and discuss the suspicion and bring it to rest. That is why I have come to you here, rather, and asking you, not ordering.
Is it really an ask? Can a king ever ask?
That's a good point.
Truly.
That's a good point, Ed. That's a good point, Ryan. That's a good point. I'm not going to answer, but it's a good point.
I've never heard of a king who asks ever actually asking.
Yeah, more like insinuating.
No, it's more like I'm giving you the option to pretend this is a choice.
I don't usually joke, or I don't usually like to make my jokes in session, but I will make this one joke. Strahd just walks up. Oh, would you kindly protect Tatiana for me?
Because of the implication.
Sounded
Would you
like
kindly?
Scottish there.
No. He was trying to do the accent of
He was
freaking.
in Fontaine.
Yeah.
Fontaine
Oh,
from Bioshock. Yep, Jack
Yeah.
Atlas.
Well,
Would you
spoilers, I
kindly?
guess.
Oh,
That's funny.
Spoilers for the 17-year-old game. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's
Oh, God.
Yes,
a
yes, it
game
is.
that people go like the end of the game's bad.
Anyway.
well, I do understand the concerns of the room. do have to say there's a place for merit in your court. In my eyes, anyways.
I mean, is it merit why we're all here?
You're gonna start insulting us if you keep saying stuff like that.
Merit,
I'm still mad. I will never not be mad.
merit is why you are all here.
I'm a spiteful fuck, man.
I do not care about the
Yes.
blood in your veins. All I care about is your skill. That is why you are here. I do not wish to be surrounded by nobles who believe that their birthright allows them to be as powerful as any other.
I see no issue with one more life to look after.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Another person to appreciate the assistance of my servants, I suppose.
Are you saying we're not blood related, Your Grace?
We are brothers, Ravik. Just like you are brothers with Rahadin and I.
What an odd mother we must all have.
She's obviously a bugbear.
Or forest folk.
All right.
Could be both, even.
So it sounds like the majority of people are okay with this decision, then.
Yeah. I think everyone's
Everyone's okay with this decision with
For
stipulations.
different reasons, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Stipulations
I'm
makes
all
sense.
I'm all on board just by nature of classism.
Yeah.
I think
Concerned
most
about
of us
okay.
I think most of us are just side-eyeing each other and just going like, okay, I guess.
All right. You're all gathered in a dining hall. Tatiana is currently waiting for Strahd. They're going to be doing a little music session in the room. While they're waiting, Tatiana actually calls over to you, Magyar. I can call you
Oh,
Magyar.
God, I was about
Your
to-
name is
I was about to bring
Magyar,
this up.
not Magyar.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
at this
Magyar
point-
is the Hungarian language.
Antebellum, fucking
Yeah,
I mean,
it's also
I'm-
just the name for Hungarians.
yeah.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I was hoping it would have just called me fucking Yolan or some
Yo,
shit.
sorry, yeah, Yolan's probably better. Sorry.
Yolan. I don't know how to actually pronounce it. That's the problem.
We'll go with Yolan for now.
Yolan.
Why didn't you look it up?
I looked up the meaning. I forgot to look up the pronunciation.
You fool.
But yeah, Tatiana calls you over, Yolan. She wishes to speak with you before this session.
Yeah, I've actually been meaning to try and pull you aside at some point.
Yes, I wanted to talk to you about something.
And while she's opening her mouth, I'm digging around in a tattered rucksack. From it, I produce a raven's feather quill.
Yes,
What's happened?
she her eyes light up and her smile grows. Yes, it is you.
Still wonder what. Yes, you looked familiar to that girl. What were you doing in those woods, anyways?
My mother and I were trying to hunt a deer for food. When my mother was struck down by arrows, she shielded me with her body, and I then ran away once I thought it was cleared.
Oh! Could have explained that. I would have taken you back to this town myself.
I was shocked. I didn't know how to communicate to you. I thought you were some forest man who didn't even speak common. I made so many assumptions. I'm so sorry.
I mean, I understand. I'm glad I gave you some. I'm glad at the very least I could point you in the right direction, give you a meal.
Sorry to interrupt here, but an interesting detail is that remember here with Irina and Ezek is about going to the woods and wolves attacking them. And I do think it's an interesting detail here with Tatiana here and her mother going into the woods, and then someone gets gets murked.
But I happen to know if it was my people who shot the arrows.
You didn't know about the woman, so you never found the body.
That's true.
Monica, you make a good point. The demiplane we're in might intentionally cause major events in Tatiana's life
in
to
a
repeat.
cycle.
Well,
Yeah.
to repeat that way that she has the same experiences to turn her into the same woman that Strahd fell in love with every single time.
To then of course give Strahd the same failures that he goes through again and again and again. And again.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting to know that this world makes sure that she turns into the same woman every single time.
Well, isn't
That's
this before?
horrifying.
Well, isn't this before it turns into a domain of dread?
I'm just saying. So I'm saying, but this is still her foundational life. So I'm saying it's
of
interesting
course,
that every reincarnation is going to intentionally give her the same life experiences so that she turns into the same woman. That's interesting
that's
detail.
cool.
Yeah.
Yes, small country, I suppose.
But either way, I wanted to thank you. You saved my life, and I would not be here if it wasn't for you.
Admittedly, I thought you were. I just took you for a kid who strayed too far from home. That's why I set you off the way I did. Well,
And knowing that
glad you.
that you and your friends are going to protect me, I feel the most safe I've ever had in my life. To think that I used to look over my shoulder thinking I was going to die at any moment, and now here in this castle, I've never felt more safe.
me, like, is everyone else in the room, right?
Yeah, I assume like everyone's listening
Okay.
into this conversation.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But we're all pretending like we're not listening to this conversation at the same time.
Yeah. You know.
Oh, Ciel's not even
I'm
pretending.
just-
She's looking directly at them.
I'm just
You
sitting on the
fucking
table
break up a
looking at
woman.
my I'm just sitting on the table looking at my my rapier.
Ravik's just sitting in a chair, kind of like picking at his like nails.
There are some books on the side table.
Oh,
Yeah, but
should you ever?
I don't
show
actually-
it- God.
I might have sworn the oath to protect Tatiana, but I don't necessarily trust her.
Well, should you ever wish to learn magic?
Oh,
Alongside,
no.
alongside.
I don't think I could ever learn that. And so at this point, the doors open up, and Strahd enters the room.
I stand at attention.
I kind of just lazily turn around.
Anyone who
Uh,
anyone who stands at attention, Strahd just waves his hand, like, relax. This is
Yeah.
chill. This is a very chill night.
This
He
is
immediately-
the inner
We're just
circle with
vibing.
the besties.
Ravik
Yeah.
doesn't even like wait for the wait. The second Strahd even like starts to move his hand, Ravik just happily goes back to his chair.
It's at this point that Alec Willem has gotten a wine from the rack out and has started to pour glasses of wine for everyone and begins to take glasses of wine to everyone in the room.
Don't mind if I do.
it's at this point we'll Strahd is in.
I don't take a drink of any of the wine.
Okay.
I'll take your share. I'll take his cup.
It's at this point that I turn back to Donnie and say, "Where do you get this thing, anyways? It's never run out of ink once."
Oh, I met a woman in the woods. She was a very interesting woman. She said that she saw me coming here. Not sure what she meant by that, but she wanted me to have it.
Can you describe them to me? Might be one of mine, I suppose. Did you hear me there, Miss?
Yeah, hold on.
What should be anti-Greenleaf?
I'm worried it's going to be the dragon.
She was tall, a very beautiful woman with very long brown hair. Long black hair and pale skin. She had like some sort of item in her hand. It looked like I'm not quite sure how to describe it. It looked like some sort of glass that you could use to look through or something.
Does any of that sound familiar?
And I saw that she had an eye on her forehead. When she says
Uh-huh.
that sounds familiar to you. That sounds like the Seeker. One of the ladies three.
Wait, you spoke to one of my gods.
What?
One of the ladies three of the gods of the land.
Who are the ladies three?
You spoke with a spirit? It's at this point that he like kind of gets to her face, but like, did they say anything to you?
She simply told me to follow a certain path, and that path led me to you.
Nothing else?
No, that's it. She simply gave me the quill, told me that give it to you if he offers me help. And that was it. And then she disappeared when I turned back.
It's at this point that Yolan kind of visibly deflates a bit.
So that quill, by extension, you could say is a gift from the Ladies 3.
He kind of deflates a bit and twirls the quill in between his fingers a bit. Let me see.
It's at this point that Strahd walks behind you. What are we discussing, Magyar?
Turns out that in her youth I actually saved this young girl.
Is that so? Well,
Yes.
Johan, then I must thank you for keeping such a beautiful woman from dying.
It appears that she even spoke to one of my gods in those woods. That's something even I've never done. I've been
Yes, you've
At
mentioned
their
these.
beck and
You've
call
mentioned
for
these Ladies
decades.
3 every now and again. Do
At their
they
beck and
actually
call
hold
for-
power in this land?
I mean, I see what they do, but they've never spoken to me. I've been at their beck and call for decades, and for them and their agents, and nothing. But and he kind of looks down at the quill in his hand. This is a gift from one of them by proxy, and this quill, it's written countless notes for me. I suppose that's the best gift I could ask for from a god, huh?
Perhaps they will. Perhaps they'll all reach out again when you need to save another girl.
So,
And with that, Strahd walks by, and then Tatiana also goes over to the heart. It's at this point that you hear Tatiana giggle. She sits on the stool in this grandiose paneled music room. Forgot to mention that her hair's also grown several inches, and her homely vestments have been replaced by a simple but beautiful dress. She begins to strum the harp, and you watch as Strahd picks up a violin and begins to play alongside her. And for the next 5 or so minutes, they just play in the corner with each other.
They play in the corner?
Shut up. And they perform a variety of songs in the, for the room.
during this process, I'm just going to be small talking with, what is it,
Well,
CL?
Azoth, I
Small
saw your
talk,
comment.
eh?
Azoth, I saw your comment there. This is several months since
Oh, okay.
since the last since the dinner scene. We're now in the like September, October.
Gotcha.
The year's coming. The year will be coming to an end here soon.
Havik's just gonna be drinking his weight right
So Tatiana's been living here for about 6 months, a little bit more.
now.
Damn.
What's Sergey been up to in this time?
Getting cucked, apparently.
Yeah, basically.
Speaking of which, at this point, after
Oh, hey,
after several minutes of the song being of the time being played, Sergey enters the room. The moment Sergey enters the room, Tatiana stops playing the harp and immediately she stands, bows to Strahd, and she runs right over to Sergey and hugs him because he's been gone. He went away. He's been gone for the last month studying with Markovia.
So someone was getting cucked, but it wasn't who we were expecting.
Sergey hugs Tatiana so tightly that she begins to rise from the ground, and he spins her around and around the fading room.
What's Strahd's face right now?
Time to
Yeah,
slide down.
it's time for all of us with our like massive insights and perceptions to see Strahd with like the
Insight
biggest,
check,
like...
please. I need some insight checks from everyone.
I'll do one better. Detect thoughts.
Exciting.
Can I get a perception off, Miss, because I don't have insight?
Insight, please.
Okay.
Yeah, insight.
Yeah,
Come on, big numbers.
Please, big numbers.
Yeah, big numbers.
Big number.
That's a big number.
Damn it! I've been rolling pretty bad, but at least I have a +8.
Yeah. So do I. Expertise, baby.
I'm just gonna say I was distracted. Just want to say I was distracted over here in the fucking corner. Because like I imagine the two of us are just sitting here in this corner, small talking about the woods and eating like good berries out of like my hands.
Yeah, and just out of habit, she's, while still paying attention to the conversation she's having with you, she is still like using her ears to pick up on what's happening around the room.
Peeping the horrors.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're small talking over here during this. Magyar is none the fucking wiser.
Yeah, anyone who looks over at Tatiana and Sergey as he's hugging her, anyone who beat a DC of 11 on the insight check sees that she seems confused as he lifts her. Not to a point of dislike, but she feels uneasy. Anyone who succeeded by DC 15 or more, they recognize a sense of guilt on her face after her eyes flicker in Strahd's direction.
Ooh.
Oh no.
I'm also going to detect Strahd's
what's
thoughts.
Strahd, though?
I'm not going to push deeper though, Mist. I'm just going to detect his surface thoughts.
Alright, is that a wisdom save or just...
If I'm not pushing deeper and I'm just going for surface thoughts, it happens.
just surface thoughts?
Yeah.
You just hear two words. Why him?
Okay, I know what I gotta do. I got you, Strahd.
Oh no.
And as this room begins to fade as it spins, suddenly you guys find yourselves in a new room.
I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place, Mist. Cause Kravik's at a point now where he thinks that for Strahd's happiness, Sergey has to go. But with that blood oath we swore, we had to swear not to hurt Sergey.
Yep. Well, the other thing as well to also think about as well, you also have Tatiana getting in the mix also.
I'm not worried about Tatiana.
I don't know. There's some most with Tatiana getting in the mix of those kind of also hurt everyone else in this circle.
All right. Tatiana continues to spin, and her already stunning dress morphs into a blossoming red gown with a large petticoat. She now dances in a ballroom, the same hall where you sat for dinner, now cleared for a crowd. It is now it's now the mid of winter. This would be like December. She whirls to the tune of the now lively pipe organ and a small band. Her outstretched hand clasps Sergey's as he forms from the mist, and they are entwined, twirling and floating through a crowd of nobles, all doing the same. All but Lord Strahd von Zarovich, who sits starkly below a deathly still portrait of his own likeness. He calls for a toast to the people of Barovia and his incredible guest. Staring deeply into Tatiana's eyes, he steps forward from his throne and presents Tatiana and Sergey with goblets. I need to roll something from Strahd. Does anyone want to roll perception?
I'll roll perception.
Sure.
Was I aware?
Just so you know, I do have. Let me just post this.
Are
This
you
one.
Inquisitor, Roy?
Yep. Eye for detail.
Eye for detail.
Missed. Quick
Yes.
question.
Yes, sir.
Was I aware that drinks would be served here?
Yes.
Did I come in concentrating on detect poison and disease?
Yes. It is, Rahadin makes you check every fucking big get together for poison before the things start to go down.
Well,
Yeah,
Mist,
but,
take whichever one of
Drink
those rolls you
master.
want. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but for eye for detail, it's check hidden creature or object made intelligence.
You can use a bonus
Oh,
action to
okay.
make a wisdom to spot a hidden creature or object, or to make an intelligence check to uncover its secret clues. That is not applicable.
Yeah,
for
that
this,
doesn't
sadly.
affect that. Yeah, tragic. Damn.
Hey,
Is
knows
my,
what's going on or what.
More low roll.
are my senses perking up at all, Miss?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Then I'll throw a perception. on here, then.
rolls a 4.
+8 rolls an 18.
Everyone but Hravik actually succeeded this roll. Good job, everyone.
Nice.
Amazing.
Yeah, everyone but Hravik notices that Strahd, as he's moving closer, he he removes a small vial from his pocket while everyone's like still dancing and like focused on Tatiana and Sergei. He pours a bubbling pink liquid into Tatiana's drink, and then hands it to her.
I'm assuming we haven't had one too
Everyone
many
who
so
passes the check, give me an Arcana check.
Oh, finally, it's my time. I'm going to fail.
I don't have Arcana, so let's see.
I don't have Arcana, but because I don't have it, I'm gonna roll high on it. Nope, never mind.
Our
No,
best Arcana.
still rolling sub 10.
Our best Arcana is a 15. That's
It's probably a potion of charm.
Would be my guess.
With a Arcana of 15 and an Arcana of 10 for A as well. Because this is this is an uncommon magic thing. You two know that is a filter of love.
Yep.
Whenever someone drinks a filter of love, the next time you see a creature within 10 minutes after drinking this filter, you become charmed by that creature for 1 hour. If the creature is of a species and gender you are normally attracted to, you regard it as your true love while you are charmed. This potion's rose-hued, effervescent liquid contains one easy-to-miss bubble shaped like a heart.
God, how desperate! I mean, it's only for an hour. Like, come on, man.
Do we kind of just exchange concerned glances of?
I wouldn't even say
Gravik has
concerned.
no idea
Cielo
what's going on.
looks almost a little disgusted.
I know he poured something, but I don't know if it's poison or not.
I mean, if you look to your right,
you know it's not. With your perception roll, I'm gonna say that you know it's not poison.
No.
I don't know.
I mean, you could also get the assumption of if it was poison, I would know.
I'm
Yeah.
concerned, but I mean, at the same time, the oath to Strahd supersedes the other oaths, so.
Yeah. And I mean, Monica, if you look to your right, you'll basically see me and Cielo exchanging disgusted or concerned glances.
Do you wish to
Yes.
move? Do you want to try to bump the drink? You can do that if you want to try.
Absolutely not. I will lose my head.
Well, the thing
Nope.
with me with how I
Wait,
was
did you
thinking about
say-
it. Well, the thing with me with how I was thinking about it was that, like, okay, so with how the contract works is that, of course, we have to protect, you know.
But we also.
We have to protect, but we also have to obey. So, like,
But were we
like-
told? Were we told to let him to drug her?
So, hey Ryan, here's a little thing I can feed you. If you look over and you just see the two of us exchanging disgusted glances, is that reason enough for you to peep into our heads?
I could detect your thoughts. Yes.
Yeah. So there you go.
Are you contesting me?
Absolutely not.
Okay. He's just choosing to fail the wisdom saving throw. So I'll just probe deeper.
And you immediately get this is a love potion. He is drugging a woman.
With detect thoughts,
Actually,
does the person?
Ed, this also adds on to you, Ed, because Strahd would have asked you if it's possible to create a love potion.
And the answer is absolutely yes.
And so,
Oh my
with the
God.
knowledge from your notes, you could assume that he made this in his own time when you were not watching.
Oh, that's even more gross.
Mist, I have to ask you a question here.
Yes.
So I'm in his thoughts, right?
Mm-hmm.
He cannot respond to my telepathy.
Mm-hmm.
But if I were to send him a message, and then he were to think of his answer, since he's giving me free rein in his head, could we technically communicate that way?
No.
Because I could be like, I can hear your thoughts, just think what you want to respond to me.
so
Does it mention that in
well-
the feature? Because if it doesn't mention that, then no. If it's
Let me look at it.
you need something like more like message the spell.
Well, I'm trying.
Well,
I'm trying to be jank here.
Speaking of, I do have message the spell or the cantrip.
Oh, do you wanna get a conversation going?
Yeah.
do you
I
want
think
me to?
I mean, you guys only have a couple seconds because he's handing
Yeah.
her the drink, so
Yeah, do you want me to
you can't
just
have a full
like?
ass conversation.
Yeah.
Well, here's my stance on it.
Again, just so you know, because of everyone's gonna see you doing that.
Well,
Wait, do they?
Yes, you.
Yeah,
it's verbal.
yeah, because
because you don't have subtle spell.
You point
Yeah.
your you're pointing your finger towards a creature. You have to, like, point your finger at Havoc and go.
yeah, you whisper something.
Okay, guys, I found a compromise here. I found the perfect way to handle this. We probably cannot stop him from drugging Irina in a reasonable fashion, right?
Tatiana.
Yeah, it's a meant. Same person, anyway. But
No, they're different.
Irina would punch you for that.
I know she would.
They're
But-
different, quote unquote.
However, what we can do is mitigate the damage. Irina's only gonna be drugged for an hour, so let's make sure Strahd doesn't get up to any shenanigans for the next hour.
Well,
Everyone, just try to cock block Strahd for 1 hour.
okay. Well, what I was thinking, honestly, with like something like that, was that like, for one, I know it's not poison, but I also know it's not something good.
So we don't miss it.
I'm trying to think if there's anything I could do to actually like just like ruin this moment.
Oh wait, couldn't I just telepathically knock the drink out of his hand?
Yeah. You could.
I mean, if you want to be completely lawful neutral like I'm being, the legalese of our contract, we don't have to do anything because it's not a threat to her life.
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
thinking about all
like-
these things, but at the end of the day,
Yeah.
roleplay wise, Hravik is not going to stop this.
Okay. I'm like whenever I'm thinking about it. Okay. I'm trying to think about it right now. Okay. Like it's not poison, so that's not a problem. Strahd's doing something sus, but like,
It's gross, but it doesn't break our deal.
yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, okay. No, never mind. I'm not touching anything. to
That's
be
what I was
honest.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Realistically, we don't necessarily have a reason to stop him from making her fall in love with him for an hour, but we can, in order to protect Irina, we could cock block him for the next hour so he can't take advantage of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could easily do that.
Yeah, we'll just run defense for Irina or Tatiana for the next hour.
You keep
did
wanting to
also-
say Irina.
I know, I do.
You want to say something?
I did also want to ask, if Cielo's wearing her cloak and she casts message, would her pointing be obscured by the cloak?
You still have to point. Like, it's almost your cloak, like, kind of float up.
Yeah, the only way you can get rid of components is by using
Subtle. Yeah,
It's,
which is sorcerer.
Yeah.
Or third-party thieves.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
So-
I actually do have a way I could disrupt this that might not require us to stop Strahd.
It's
Sadly, I'm disgusted, but I'm not going to stand up for it.
I
which
could-
makes me feel awful.
out
And
of
it's
character, I'm disgusted, but in
Yeah.
character, I don't care that much, to be
I-
honest.
I
because
do
Zill's
have-
kind of a prick.
I do
Yeah,
have a
no,
way.
In like character, I have like no reason to really like oppose anything because like because like if it was like Strahd like trying to poison Sergei, then that'd be a problem. But like it's not. Like in terms of what he's doing, I don't know what the hell he's
I have
doing.
one final option, something I could do that would not defy Strahd, but that would also possibly save Tatiana.
Okay.
Mm,
I could telepathically inform Strahd that members of the room have witnessed him pour the concoction into the drink. That he's
That's
been
good.
He's been
That's
witnessed.
good. That's good. I like that.
and Strahd goes, "So be it."
And, you know, if he goes, so be it. Then you know,
I
reject
reject my humanity, Hravik.
I reject my virginity.
As he puts on the stone mask.
you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm going to send a telepathic message to
And
Strahd.
by this point, he's already handed the drink to them.
Mm.
You got. Because remember, you said, "Hey, I'm going to read their thoughts," and they
That's
were
true.
as he was handing
Yeah,
it to
yeah,
them,
that's
and
fine,
so
that's
they've
fine.
now taken it from them. So that is now in their hands.
Oh, I just had a funny idea. What if I sent a message? Sergei doesn't know I'm psychic. What if I sent him a message and I just said, "Her drink's poisoned," and I don't say anything more?
Oh my god, you ass!
Oh my god.
If you want to.
That's
Yeah, it's up to
ballsy,
you.
but Strahd would know.
He would. I'm the only psychic person in the room.
Yeah, but would he know?
Does he know?
Does he know?
Maybe Sergei just saw it.
You know what? Hravik was told to protect her, but Hravik also can't defy Strahd. I'm gonna roll a 1d2 on which directive he's going to decide to follow.
What's 1? What's 2?
1 is that he's going to try to like alter his voice as he speaks this telepathic message and try to tell Sergei that it's poisoned.
Okay.
And 2 is that he's just gonna do
Nothing. Got it.
Oh, did that wrong.
Oh, it's gonna be nothing. Oh no. Ooh. Oh boy.
Oh fuck.
Okay, this could fuck me over, but you know what? I respect the dice. So like I said, Sergei speaks all gruff in public, but he has more eloquent voice in private.
You mean Hravik?
Yeah. What did I say?
Sergei.
You said
Oh,
Sergei.
Right. Sorry. I'm actually panicking because this is really risky for me to do. But so I will speak in my more elegant voice that people outside the circle have not heard.
How are you doing
And
this?
go.
Because you already cast Detect Thoughts on the other people over there.
I can send telepathic messages at will.
Okay.
It's not as good as a regular telepathy because no one can talk back to me.
Got it.
But I can project into other people's minds.
Okay, so I make sure.
So I'm just gonna telepathically like in my more eloquent voice that someone outside our circle would not recognize,
Mhm.
and just be like, Tatiana, her drink is poisoned.
Well, the Morning Lord has given me a message.
It's at this point that once you finally finish your message, Tatiana has already begun to drink it.
Oh.
And you see Sergei, like, his eyes widen as she already, like, begins to drink it. And he goes to, like, take the cup away from her. And Strahd's like, whoa, what? He takes the cup away from her as she's, like, drinking it, like, it spills a little bit. She's like, oh, my lord, my prince, what's wrong? And Sergei's like, cause he's like in full panic mode. He is in like his eyes. He's like in fight or flight mode. He's like, you can see his pulse has increased. His eyes are wide. You know, he's trying to like.
Fuck.
I'm gonna send him another message then.
And
Keep her. Okay, go ahead.
And then you see Tatiana look at as she takes the cup. Tatiana looks at Sergei, and and then immediately she grabs the cups, puts them over to a servant's like little tray, pulls them away, and they begin dancing more.
Oh, I did it!
With
You
hold on.
him so hard.
With impassioned fervor.
Oh my god, you cuck Strahd Buncerovich!
You made it worse.
Dude,
Oh my
if
God.
it finds out, your fucking
I'm
corpse
dead.
is
I'm
gonna-
dead.
Yeah, you're dead.
Oh
But-
my god!
But I feel like he's gonna be mad at. I don't.
You
'cause
watch
Sergei
as
did,
the
like,
two begin dancing. The rest of the crowd begins dancing as well. You see Strahd slink back to his little throne. He sits in his chair. He puts his hand on his. He rests his chin on his hand, covering his mouth, and you see him glare at you, Havoc.
I'm dead. I'm done. I'm gonna die.
And
Yeah.
as the vision begins to fade, you hear Strahd's voice once more. One would think the ritual for casting a love spell or creating a love filter would be more common, but my books were bereft of such things, except for a short treatise on the subject. The writer's conclusion that love was a force that could not be successfully reproduced by magical methods struck me as being inannually smug. And that's where we're going to end this session.
Jesus
I'm gonna die.
fucking
I'm
Christ.
dead.
As the end of chapter 4 comes to a conclusion.
Gosh.
Now, I also just remembered something. You are actually Belle, I should say. Belle, you are wow, what's the word I'm looking for? Fucking magic item, you know, you need attunement. You are attuned to the Tome of Strahd.
Yes.
Have you been did you know that you've been getting spells that you cast through ritual casting from this?
I
Did you
don't.
tell them?
It should be on the stat block in your journal.
Hold on.
If you pull up your journal, there's a thing there that talks about the tome. Well, attuned to the tome, You may cast any spells recorded in the tome as a ritual. If a spell found within does not have the ritual tag, it is nonetheless a ritual spell that you must cast from the tome. Once a spell is cast in this way, it cannot be cast from the tome again until the following dusk. Each chapter you completed, you get a new spell. I don't know if I told you that. If I didn't, I forgot. I apologize.
Yeah, I don't believe you have.
Okay, let me give you the spells that you should have now. For completing the prologue, you got Illusory Script. Chapter 1, from with the Battle of Argynvost, you got Unseen Servant. Chapter 2 got you Gentle Repose. Chapter 3 got you Mage Armor. And then Chapter 4 got you the Recipe for a Filter of Love.
I see.
Well, it's time to start the shipping wars, eh?
To be fair,
Oh,
like the most
The shipping,
default
the
stuff.
shipping wars in our Curse of Strahd game.
Yeah.
That's cursed.
Yeah, hey, just pour that into the communal like soup pot and see who eats some. See what happens.
Oh no.
I can't believe you cucked Strahd von Zarevich. Holy
I'm
fucking-
gonna die for it.
I'm
Yeah,
going
no.
like they're going to make me decompose your body.
You it is like so like interesting to think about, especially also because Haravik didn't know that it was poisoned, or Haravik didn't know what kind of thing was dumped into it in any way, shape, or form. All that I knew is that it wasn't poisoned, but I knew that he poured something in it. And
Well,
I
He read
it.
A's character's mind what it was. He knew what it was.
knew it was a filter of love. Here's the
Okay.
thing. I already have my justification in my head for why I did it.
Mm.
Strahd, as far as I was concerned, half the room saw him pour it in, despite his thought that he was clever about it.
Yeah.
So as soon as Tatiana suddenly went from her very clear and obvious love of Sergei to being all over Strahd, half the room would have known that Strahd drugged his brother's paramour to make her in love with him, and that would have been so damaging to Strahd's reputation. And I know Strahd's not going to see it that way. He's going to be like, you just
Oh,
sabotaged me.
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna be going like
That's something.
like
Keep that in mind, Ed,
Haravik,
for,
I
Ryan,
trusted
for the
you.
beginning of the next session.
But yeah, I'm sure he's going to confront me, and I'm going to have to explain myself.
So yeah, we only got through 2 chapters actually.
Of how many that you want us to go through?
We need to get to chapter 6 before we can figure out what happened to these characters.
How many chapters? How many
Why
chapters
can't we
have
do
we
one
been through?
more?
It's
I can stay up a little more.
11:42.
Yeah,
I am
yeah,
going
it's
to
almost
go
midnight.
longer.
You guys want to keep going?
Is anyone else like?
No, it's
I'm-
like 5 a.m. So
Yeah, I
to be
figured.
honest.
Yeah.
11 o'clock's our
Fair
usual
enough.
cutoff time, and we were already over that.
Man,
I heard someone ask how many chapters there are total. 12.
No. I asked how many we went through total.
2.
Oh, wow.
We did chapter 3 and chapter 4.
Mm.
Well, guess we're doing this again next week.
Well,
You
not
mean
next
2
week.
weeks from
Star
now.
Wars is next week.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Damn.
If someone's got to go to a thing next week, we could.
Every other Friday now.
Yep. Oh well. Anyway,
Oh, well.
hope you guys had fun tonight. I know it was a little riggedy here and there. I do, even if we don't have like a time where we like someone is not available, I do want to run those interval chapters just because it allows people to flesh out their tome characters a bit more. And
hey, let's do it next week.
I'm not available on Friday next week.
I want to play more.
Me too, trust me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. Like this is the campaign I look forward to every 2 weeks. So
okay, well, depending on how much time I have left, I don't know. I'll have to see if I can get the finale for Star Wars started because I haven't had time to prep that yet. We'll see. If it's not
Mhm.
prepped in time, we could do more tome next week. That's ready. Tome is prepped. I have everything
What day?
that's tome-wise done.
What day next week?
Thursday.
Oh, gotcha. Cool.
It would be the
This
Star
is-
Wars day because I don't know if
Gotcha.
I'll have everything ready for the start of the finale of Star Wars because there's a lot I gotta do.
Gotcha.
It's like we're finally caught up to Star Wars where I'm not prepped for once, and it's like damn. Meanwhile,
Damn
the
it,
tome has
you.
been prepped for months. I've had this ready forever. I will say the next chapter The next chapter's interesting. That's when things get fun.
Well, next chapter, I might have written myself out of the campaign.
Look, we're gonna deal with that, Ryan. Don't worry.
Yeah. I'm worried.
The start of the next
Don't
tome
worry.
chapter is going to deal with that. We will. You have twisted fate slightly. That I'm worried about you now. I am worried. We'll have to see if you get out of it. Maybe your friends will help you. You guys do have a pact now that to help each other.
I think that even as Strahd goes deeper into this darkness, that I have enough of a deep relationship with him.
That is also true. You can also pull on that.
That I might, because I am loyal to Strahd. Besides this one moment, I am loyal to Strahd, so I might be able to get him to overlook this one impudence. We'll just have to see if I can talk my way out of it.
We will see.